Welcome to the genius level.
Forward, never backwards, always in a forward motion. Focus on my money so you know that I ain't joking. Niggas must be smoking, thinking that I'm rolling backwards. Niggas putting crack and weed all in they fucking backwards. Even if I moonwalk, I'll be going forward. Every day we celebrate, some champagne will be poured. I don't f with bougie them get ignored. I just f with humble queens, them who I adore. Kick it, rugged, raw. Never heard before. Me and the beat, we having a battle like we in a war. Call me John Sporting or John Sparta. I go harder, smart enough to be your dad, cool enough to date your daughter. Genius level, genius level. I woke up like this, some flows. I like them girls with no strings attached. Go ahead, just pass me your cordless, bitch. You just stay on my head like some beats, not the track but headphones. Once told them take me for this beat, you see a bunch of sport clones. Never get in sport zone, all matting on the M phone. I'm killing mics like Robin Given, please leave this sport alone. Play that sport like Carmelone or Derrick Rose, you would get exposed by the king of flows and the king of I spit rap to girls that get them out their clothes.
I'll hear this.
Lord, you know that sport don't smoke no hookah. My weed big, the smoke come out it like bazooka. The chick I'm with, she is the queen of Kama Sutra. Type of chick you'll die for just to keep up in your future. Me and my nigga go back like 20 plus years for real. Rock with my fellas since 9-1, before a mill had her deal. So you know honor is present, and you know trust is present. Try to test one of my will not be present.
Welcome to the genius level.
Forward, never backwards, always in a forward motion. Focus on my money so you know that I ain't joking. Niggas must be smoking, thinking that I'm rolling backwards. Niggas putting crack and weed all in.
Back in the hot corner, we have a crazy Nancy. How you guys feeling? Do I stop by me? I got Alfaro.
Welcome.
Welcome Alfaro back.
Hello.
My man, Ron Green. Member of the Mental Range. And last but not least, my special guest, Tony Walter.
Whoa!
let's
It's
go.
fucking Tony!
I bet you y'all wasn't expecting this. How you feeling, Tony?
Okay.
You feeling good? You feeling
Yo,
good?
you know how bad we used to want him to just show up on the dugout? And you telling me he's showing up episode 3?
Because I'm doing it for a favor for Elvin.
Episode 3?
Elvin's a good guy, so
Thank you.
Wow,
I
the
gave him a little
ex-president.
resistance, but we're here.
The ex-president's here.
Let's shout out to Kelly, that is behind the scene. Kelly, what's going on, baby?
Ya tú sabes.
Ya tú sabes in the house.
Sweating a storm over there again.
Huh?
Sweating.
Sweaty, what's cooking?
Fucking
I saw a
Tony's here,
picture.
man.
We had Tomahawk. What it was? Oh! He's killing it, so you're right.
Yeah, before we get into stuff though, like Tony's here. What's up, Tone? Yo, how you feel being a player, not a president?
It's nice. It was a little boring in the beginning, like when the league gets going and getting everything together and organized. Like I was kind of feeling a little left out, but
You feel like less important?
not less important. Just like I felt like I should be doing something.
Oh,
Like I should be like and I for a few years I'd been looking for someone to pass it off to.
Yeah.
And I kind of said at the meeting, our board meeting of 24, I had said to the board, I said, the guys, I said, this is going to be my last year. I said, Tim, and I had all the faith in the world for Tim to take over.
So
I
Tim-
didn't want to leave and everything that I had worked on over the last 7 years with the help of the board,
Yeah.
you know, to build the league into what it was.
Yeah.
I didn't want just
I mean, hey, hold on.
anybody to take it over.
Shout out to you making the league.
It wasn't just me.
What it is,
I
you know
always
what
had
I
the
mean?
board members there that I talked to and threw ideas off of and listened to what other people had to say. And, you know, I know, you know, Eldon, you're fairly new. Ralph, you're fairly new. John, you may have heard me say it, but it was always the players' league.
Yeah.
That's the way I looked at it. You know, I mean, like, Tim turned the comments off on the page. Like,
I thought
never
that
would
was
have
a
done
good
that.
thing.
I never
think so?
would have done that. I like
Honestly?
letting people talk. To me, it always gave me, it gave me a picture of how people thought or what they were thinking or what they were saying. Comments weren't always great, but
Well, the thing about the comments, I like the fact he turned them off because there was a lot of negativity in those too. You know what I'm saying? For
But-
new teams coming in, new players coming in.
did you
Yeah,
not
getting
learn
bum
who
rushed
the
with
negative
that.
people were?
I mean, we know, right?
Yeah,
right.
we do. But you don't
No
see
names,
the same
no,
things.
no
you know.
names need
yeah,
to be
no,
said.
I'm not saying any
but
names.
as far
but
as like
you do
new
learn.
teams coming into the league, teams that
Well,
new players that are playing for the league,
Speaking of
looking
that,
for teams.
you can attest to this because you were there. When it was brought up about doing the dugout a few years ago,
Yeah.
we had that first meeting, and what did I say?
Yeah.
I said, listen, it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
I'm not in front of the camera talking to everybody like this. Like, you know, it doesn't.
But you're here on.
But I'm here.
No.
But what
baby.
did I say to you guys when you wanted to do the dugout? I said, do it. I said, but
Do it, yeah.
I don't want any negativity. I don't want it causing problems or fights. I said,
Be
I want it to be
respectful.
Do you
positive.
feel like,
I
do you
want it
feel
to be
like we were
respectful.
successful
Exactly.
with that?
It worked. I mean, it depends on the person.
Yeah.
Like, there's people out there that love this. They're probably sitting at home right now, tuned in, watching because they're interested.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm old school. This is new technology. I still like kind of walk by and I shake my head when I see a cell phone hanging on the back of a fence.
When
you know,
Tony
I'm like,
when Tony come to the league, when Tony decided to play in this league, it was a league before you came in, or
Yeah.
you started the league.
when I moved to Pennsylvania in 2006, this league was going on.
Okay.
And I started playing in it, played in it for a number of years. And it was actually, guy that doesn't play anymore, anybody remember Bride Beal? Used to play with Rudy's. He had reached out to me in 2016 and said, hey, the guy that's running the league doesn't want to run it anymore. Do you want to do it?
Do you have your team back then?
I don't think there was that much teams, right?
No, but you run a team. I remember when I
No.
came to the league, you have your own team.
I never ran a team in this league.
Okay.
I played on the only team that I run is our co-ed team down in Palmer.
Okay.
I never ran a team here. When I left Long Island, I was kind of done with running teams, with running leagues, with like I was just. I
So we
wanted
used to
break.
run the
Oh
lumberjack.
yeah.
You
You're
know,
real
it was
done.
like I was done.
Lumberjack. We used to run the lumberjack. That was the team.
No, he didn't run it.
No,
No, I
that
didn't
was
run
back.
the
That was back
somebody
then.
else used
No,
to
I just wanted to play. That was like when I came to Pennsylvania. I was like, I just want to play, and I did that from 2007 to 2017.
Okay.
And then they reached, and nobody was going to run the league. So I kind of got a first phone call about it from this guy, Brian Beal, and I told him no. I said, nah, I don't. I've done it. I'm not interested. I'm not. That was like in November or something. He called me back in January. I was like, we don't got anybody to run this league, and he mentioned a name, and I'm not going to say the name. He's like, this person's going to take it over, and I was like, him?
Why can't you say the name?
Yeah, because I don't want to insult anybody.
Hey, we feel winning here. Hey,
I was
you
like,
know what?
they're not-
Let's warm up. Let's warm up. Let's
Let's take a
warm up.
shot to that.
Let's warm up.
This
Let's
is my
warm
one
up.
and
Let's
only.
warm up. Salud. Let's warm up. Let's warm up.
My one and only.
Let's warm up. Let's
All right.
warm up. Salud. Salud, everybody at home.
Salud.
Before we
Oh
keep
my
going.
God, what is that?
You like it?
Bro.
So Tony, this
She
is
clears her chest out.
look,
Now
before
you
we
can breathe. Now you can breathe.
before we keep going, please subscribe to our page. Follow us. Like I say, we're gonna be here every Sunday, 6:30, talking about the whole entire league. We're gonna have a special guest today. We have the pleasure of having Tony, Rafi. Our father's always here with us. Kelly's in the back. Kelly! What's up, papi?
I got a sneeze surgery.
Come
and
on,
shit.
Toma. Toma.
I got another question for Tony though. So, in this process, you ran the league and stuff like that.
Let me stop you right
Go
there.
ahead, go.
Every question that Tony don't want to answer, you have to take a shot.
You
He's
got
gonna
set
be
up,
drunk
bro.
in about 10 minutes.
Keep going. No, so
We can't do that, bro. Watch it.
Feel free to
They're watching.
feel free to
setup.
ask whatever you want.
No, but in the process, right? So you're the president. You've been running the league for so. What made Tim your predecessor? Right? Predecessor? Did I say that?
Yeah, you choice.
The predecessor.
Like, what's the process for that, though? Is that somebody
There
you just
really
wanted to take
wasn't.
it over? or is that-
What I was looking for was somebody that was going to take it over and kind of continue. Not that he
He got
had his
good
own
experience,
ideas or do
right?
his own things. I just didn't want.
Well, his wife got the experience for football, I'll tell you that one.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't want somebody that was going to come in and destroy what I had worked hard to create.
So you believe Team
And
what
I
had
believe
that?
that Tim was that person that could do that. So, you know, when I kind of talked to him privately about it, and he said, like, you know, yeah, I think I'll do it. You know,
How hard
I-
is to run this league?
It's not. If everything goes as planned, it's not that hard. The worst
Is the
part,
characters?
and the worst year, I had this. Excuse my French, but I had this asshole tell me he had all these guys together for a team,
Fucking asshole.
and he didn't.
Oh, was that the Bandoleros? Oh! Was that this fucking liar right here?
But no, as far as running the league, it is, you know, it takes some planning, some time, but it's the unexpected
And Shane Sanders
stuff that
out.
pops up. I mean, the year you came into the league, we had bench warmers, and we had a third team that was trying to come in. They ended up not being able to get guys together. But when you guys reached out, it was last minute.
Hold that thought right there, Tony. Your mic's off.
Yeah. Who can you hear right now? Anybody?
Guys, this is live like every Sunday.
Hold on, talk.
Hello? Is that better? Can you hear us now?
Back. We back.
There you go. We're back here.
You gotta listen to the comments to see if they say they can hear us.
Yeah, we're back here. Guys, remember this is live.
What are the comments? You can't see it.
We doing this live.
We good or what? We good or what? We good or what?
We good?
Somebody tell us you can hear us.
Just you, Kelly. They could only hear me.
Wow. There you go. Now we back.
Okay.
Now we're
Christian said we back.
All right, there you go.
Okay.
So Tony,
Live and direct, we back.
What was I talking about?
you know what? Let's talk about this beauty right here.
Hey.
Recreational softball scoreboard.
It's a masterpiece you did.
Guys, if you haven't had this
It's a
book,
masterpiece you did right there.
please get it. Have everything that you
It's the
need.
softball Bible.
That's right. Tony,
It's not a Bible. It's got a. For years, I looked at people scribbling home runs on the side, trying to figure out where to put fielder's choice, where to, courtesy run, and I just made a spot for it. That's all I did.
what was the thought behind it?
It was with not running a softball league, I had time on my hands, and I got myself into AI.
Okay.
Started learning about AI, learning how to use it, different things. That led me into creating books.
Technology.
So yeah, using technology and creating books, and doing that. And then at one point, many years ago, I had actually created a page because one of the guys on my work team had forgot his book. I said, I gotcha, and I threw together a scorebook page, which is pretty simple. I mean, once you make the one box, I just copied it, throughout the whole thing. And I gave him the sheet and said, here, use these for tonight, instead of having to run home and get your book. So I've had that for years, probably more than 15 years now. And then when I started doing the books, at one point, me and Ralphie were driving down to Palmer, and I said, I think maybe I'll try putting a scorebook out. Add some of those new features in. So I went home and did it, and here we are.
What was your thought about this, Rafi, when he mentioned it?
Nah, when he mentioned it, I said that's creative as hell. I mean, if you picture,
It's
just
pretty
the,
though.
No, just the
You know
whole
what I mean?
concept.
Like,
To me,
You see the whole concept and just the thought of the hard work that he put into it, just the way that he just laid it out. I mean, I commend him for that, and I was like,
I think he have everything
I think that's just gonna be a a
that,
good
that
hit
you
for him
need in
for a long
his
time.
whole knee.
No, I mean it's
And
neat.
just-
Look at it. Look at
makes
the quality of the
it
thing.
makes
The
it
thing is
easier
like-
just to mark your home runs in and just to put the fielder's choice down. And instead of drawing the slash lines at the bottom, you got boxes there to write your
Yes.
score and then a running total. It was common sense stuff that I just thought.
Every
hey,
thought was.
I mean, he took his time. You could tell he took his
How long
time,
it took
to
you
develop that thing.
to make this?
couple days.
Really?
Well, I
Just
mean,
like
the,
that?
the cover took a little while to get it the way I want it. Like if you look on Amazon, you look at scorebooks. Like I feel like, I mean, granted it's my baby, but that kind of stands out. Like it catches your eye, and it's like, ooh, this
Yeah,
one.
that's what
cool.
you need. That's what you
Everything
need.
else
People
is
are
just kind of
scrolling
like
and looking through.
Franklin or Murray or just like it's kind of boring the cover. But you don't see the cover often. Like
I think the cover is pretty
That's
good,
what you need,
especially
bro.
that he
You
got
catch
the
somebody's
softball.
attention,
You know what I mean?
there's 3 versions that I did. There's that one. There's one that has co-ed on it. And that's just got
I
little
saw
boxes
that.
to mark male and female when
I
they're
saw
when they're
that.
playing.
I saw that.
And then there's another one that is landscape that I kept the stat boxes in on the right. But
Pretty
like I
cool.
said, most people don't use the damn stat boxes, so I just got rid of them to make the boxes bigger. So
I mean, and you see people already posting in our league and all that.
Yeah,
like they've been
so
getting it and all that stuff.
whoever
So.
haven't get
Well,
this dude,
Henry said that Edwin will take 5 of them, so that's good.
if you haven't had this book, please go get it. Where you can get this?
Amazon.
Amazon?
They're on Amazon, and there are I don't
How many
I don't
sold already?
over 100.
There you go, baby. So let's go for that, baby.
Two of them in Canada. Somebody in Canada bought 2 books.
Somebody in
All
Canada
the way in
bought?
Toronto, huh?
I don't know. Like I said, I just joined every softball page I could find on Facebook and put it up.
Yeah?
That was
Wow,
actually.
that's pretty cool, though.
that was-
Like, you're
that's
selling
very
to
cool.
somebody in Canada.
Yeah,
Who would've
yeah,
known?
bro.
That's the
What
one
about-
thing about Amazon that pisses me off. I don't need to know their names and addresses, but I wish I knew what state it was going to.
Yeah.
Like I would love to see like you got 3 orders in Texas or 4 orders in California or like wherever just to
See
know
where your outreach
Yeah,
is.
like holy shit, I'm across the whole country. You know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was funny because I belonged to 5 or 6 softball groups when I started this.
Yeah.
And then I just started going on Facebook, look for slow pitch, adult, co-ed, just different keywords, and I
You
looked for groups.
you did your research.
Yeah, and so I just started looking for groups. I'm joining groups left and right, getting in there. Every goddamn group I join, Dakota likes your photo. Dakota likes your photo.
He was on it.
I'm like,
Yo, shout out to
Dakota. I'm like, dude,
Dakota,
Dakota. Are you not in any softball groups that you are not in?
Dakota's all over the place, man. That guy's a
I was
trooper,
talking
man.
to him back
Shout
and
out
forth.
to Dakota. He's a
He's
trooper,
waiting for
man.
a team that needs help. That's what he's waiting for.
No, I mean, that boy loves to play ball.
Yeah, man.
And
see.
I give him credit
I
for
see.
that. That was me
It's
when I
all
was
over.
younger.
Talking about commitment, man.
Yeah.
And the name of the book, what's the name of the book?
It's called Recreational Softball Scorebook. That's
There you
it.
go.
Recreational Softball Scorebook.
And then
Well,
what's
they
the,
have,
what's
we
the
have them.
number?
We have them regular and we have them co-ed.
What's the
Co-ed?
turn it around right quick? Turn it around. What's the?
Yeah, I was going
Turn
to
around.
talk
What's
about
the
that,
logo?
right?
That's
Over
it,
here
that's the
say
logo, so people
this
know.
isn't your father's scorebook.
That's your trademark, right? That's
The
your logo.
logo, yeah, I've got more books out there. I don't talk about them
Yeah,
much
they-
because I haven't promoted them really at all, but I do have, I've got like over 30 books published on Amazon right now.
Wow.
But that Creative Quest Media, that thing up top, that's what I branded it. Because like I say, when you asked me to be here, I told you I don't feel comfortable in front of a camera. I don't feel comfortable.
Oh, you seem pretty
That's
fucking
why my
comfortable.
name, my
You're on a roll
name
right
is
now,
nowhere
bro.
on that.
That was
You,
that.
you
Hey,
have
and-
like
and by the way,
90% of the talking time.
that was
camera is
that was
on?
the
What
shot.
camera am I looking at?
That's your camera.
Can we
right
get
here.
a, can we get a word in?
I want to say Edwin.
Jesus.
Thank you for the QR code idea on the back of the book. That was,
There you go.
that was a very good
Shout
call.
out to Edwin.
Edwin.
That's that thing on the bottom. You just
Right
scan
here.
with your phone and it
Right
takes you
here.
right to the page.
There you go.
Yeah. So that was an Edwin code.
you
So
did
why don't
that-
you put
you did
QR
that quick.
codes on it?
Pretty cool. That's
You
pretty
did that
cool.
quick.
Hey, you said,
That was
you
quick.
said, what are QR codes?
I didn't say that. I knew what they were.
I think it was on the
What are
Robert Palmer,
QR
right?
codes? I don't fucking
You
know.
feel happy about that accomplishment of the book? Like,
I'm pleasantly surprised with how well it's done for being out for 2 weeks. Like, I know it's getting a lot of action right now, which I was surprised about, but it's going to tail off and,
Yes.
But like I said to my wife, I said, like, this isn't what I normally do. It's not my type of thing. I said, but it's there. Like, as I'm heading for retirement, as I'm getting older, I'm thinking.
do you have your doubts when you did the book? Like,
I mean, I was wondering if people were gonna like it, if people were gonna, But I do, and I hate to say this because I don't want to piss off people that have already bought it.
Fucking
But I
piss 'em off.
just found a
Fuck you.
way, and I'm waiting for them to come to my house, that I was able to get them spiral bounded and stapled.
So that means
They're
you
a
could
little
just,
bit more expensive because of the cost of the spiral. So that means you can turn the page
You can turn
completely
it around,
over, and
so
you
it
don't
don't
have to
have
bubble.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So I don't have that.
So that's the
thing.
future.
That is, I'm waiting for them to be delivered at my house so I can see them before I put them out there. But
That's
I'm
smart.
expecting them to be okay. And then, you know, even with just a staple, you can fold the book entirely in half. With the books now, which bugs me honestly a little, it's just the bubble you get from trying to fold it over when they're glued.
Yes, I think
And I've
it's
had
easier.
a few people reach out to me and say, do you have spiral? I love this, but do you have spiral? Do you have staple?
okay.
And I said, no.
Well, there you go.
And to put an end to this, because I don't want to talk about this the whole time, one other interesting thing that I had happen was a guy reached out to me, wanted custom books done. He runs a tournament in Ohio for Wounded Warriors. And he said, like, I need like 25 to 30 books. And I was like, I never really considered doing anything custom. But I kind of used it as a test run. I created him a custom book. And I just saw the order come through before I left here, before that he ordered the book.
Oh, that's positive feedback already.
That's
There
something
go.
that you want to
Positive
do
feedback.
from the
I
future.
may put some stuff out for custom for leagues or tournaments, but it's kind of tough to promote because you can't really put, not tough to promote, but you can't like put advertising on a book. Nobody sees a book.
I mean,
You
but
can come
all-
to the hot corner. You can come to the hot corner whenever you want. We post it right here, right,
Well,
Alfaro?
but that, but also all you need is one. So like
Yeah.
that guy reaching out to you and that
Yeah,
tournament,
I think-
there might be other people that, hey, well, where'd you get that from?
I
And
You definitely will
I-
have traffic
it's the
through
I
that.
started working on kind of putting a little flyer together to post on the pages. Like I created a couple like fake book covers for Pocono Mountain Sunday softball. Like just so I had some examples to show of what, you know, what can be done and stuff.
Yeah.
But that was just a pleasant surprise that he wanted a custom order.
yeah.
You know, so that kind of got the wheels turning and, you know.
So how many you sold already?
Total books with that custom order, it's about 130 right now.
There you go. There you go.
And I ain't retiring anytime soon.
I
It's,
have
you know,
one,
but-
so we're gonna take
Somebody
you up.
say, what's the name of the book? Recreational softball
Recreational softball
scorebook.
Recreational
Right there, baby. You
softball,
can find it in Amazon. Just put the name just like that, and you get it in 2
yeah,
days.
and they have it in co-ed.
In Koei. So
But
you
you
play
had-
Koei,
you had
you have to.
mentioned-
You,
you had
you must have
mentioned-
these. So let's do.
You had mentioned retirement.
Yes.
So does every ex-president that retires from running the softball league have their Secret Service with them? Or is that something that
No,
Ralphie, every time I see him, I see you. Bro.
we play ball together.
Let me tell you, when I came in the league,
Go ahead, talk.
when
That
I
was
came
my
in-
next
let
question.
me tell you,
Why you bringing
Let's
it
get
up?
him 5%.
Yeah, that was my next question right there.
So when I came in the league, I was reaching when I moved there. I moved there 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So I was reaching out to people around to see what kind of leagues are around, and I wanted to get into something. And I came across the Pocono page. Well, I sent a message to it, and he responded. And I had told him, hey, look, I just got in. I'm trying to get into this and that. And he had told me, all right, well, this is how things go. I'm in this team, and
Always helpful.
yeah. So, he guided me through it. So that's why, and I'm a loyal person. So he got me in the league and he got me into the team I was with. And then ever since. we just
Lumberjacks.
clicked. Yeah. So,
George, say it, bro.
yeah,
You joined
the Jacks. Yeah, I
Lumberjacks.
was with the Jacks. A lot
Nobody
of good
knows
guys.
the Lumberjacks anymore. They're done.
Nah, but the players, if you know, you know. So,
And then,
You know, and you know, you know.
if you know,
I'm
you
an
know.
OG Lumberjack, bro.
So there you go. So then I got in
I
there.
feel the same way.
And
with
ever
Tony.
since, now we've been playing in Palmer and co-ed and all that stuff. So
Always together.
that's
He,
it.
when he reached out, we just started having a conversation. Like, give me some information so I can, we just started talking. And we ended up talking like way longer than
Yeah, a
any
couple hours,
conversation
sure.
I think I've had with my wife since we've been married.
Love for the first sight.
I hope your wife's not watching.
I'll catch it for it later, but she would. But we just talked. And I'm just like, I hadn't met him. We were just conversing through Messenger, and I'm going like, this is a good guy. Like,
You got it.
and then I said,
he make a
come on
good fit
down,
on the
come on down.
Lumberjacks,
Like,
right?
and he came down and I met him, and he's a great guy. I love him to death. He's
I feel Russell.
every time every time we go to Palmer, we go anywhere, I feel like everybody's just talking Spanish, so I don't understand, and they're trying to steal Ralphie to get him to come play.
Hey, listen. What happened to the lumberjack?
You want to explain it? You go ahead.
Decide to
I have no comment on that.
go separate. Separate. I
Yeah,
remember
I'm a team, man.
your son used to play with you. Your son
Listen,
still
man.
play with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of good guys, though. A lot of
Great
group of
guys. I
man.
miss
Tough team.
playing, and I love
Great.
I'll say it.
Great
I'll
chemistry.
say it. The culture changed.
we played against Burke and Turner today, and I love them to death.
The
I
culture
love
Burke was in
playing
there.
with them.
Turner was
Why,
in
why,
there.
why you say that
Henry was in
changed?
there.
Why you think that
Adrian.
changed about it?
What do you mean? The Lumberjacks were originally built on a bunch of like. Okay, I was on the Lumberjacks when we first
Right,
started,
right.
and it was built on family. It was built on friendships. It was guys that we played since high school together. That was the original Lumberjacks. And when we came into the league, we came in with a force.
Yeah, you
we
did.
started winning 1 pitches. We won 3 1-pitches in a row, 2. I mean, excuse me, I don't know what's right. We ended up beating Bush. No, Bush was like unbeaten, I guess, before we came, and we didn't see any. So like we broke a lot of little things, a part of the league that was like untouched, and we came with a force. But it was original guys. It was the day ones. It was the guys who started the team, and then eventually, right? Because I preach culture is important, you know. So when you start losing core guys, and when you start and it becomes about winning, or it becomes about something else, like the family comes out of it, you know, people don't find the same comfort. You know what I mean? And now I'm not saying that's what happened in your year with the
I
Lumberjacks.
mean, we played
But I
one.
feel
We
like
played
there
one
was-
year together. You played 1 year
Well,
without
we
me,
played
1 year
1 year,
together,
yeah.
and then you left and went to.
Also, he
Outcast.
wasn't.
Yeah.
You wasn't the lumberjack first.
I was in the Lumberjacks since it started. That's how I came into the league.
Lumberjacks was in the league for 3 years.
Yeah.
The
You think-
first year I did not play with them,
No.
and then the team that I was playing on, Farino Fuels,
Yep.
the guy that was running that, he was running Farino Fuels. He had a business to run. I mean, you know Farino Fuels, big company. Shout out to you,
Yeah.
Johnny.
Shut out.
But he was kind of taking over that company and running it, and he didn't want to coach the softball team anymore. He'd asked me to do it. I said, I don't want to coach. I said, I'm not coaching. And we just kind of agreed, like, hey, next year we're going to part ways and just go find other places to play.
Yeah.
And
And you ended
the
up
coach of the
joining us.
Lumberjacks had reached out to me and said, why don't you and Devin come play with
Yeah.
us?
Well, she was.
And I went,
Loved him.
okay, like that was my
Always
goal.
loved
I just wanted to play with my son. Like, you know, I've been doing this a long time, and right now it's about having fun and playing with people I enjoy being with. You know, I went through my years of travel ball and
My
competitiveness, and
My
you know,
personal opinion, though, is that at some point it became more about winning
Yeah,
than it did
it
about
definitely did.
family.
Yeah.
Than it did about, you know, when you have people you started the team with, you know, day one, like you have your day ones.
Yes.
You know who they are.
Yes.
Right? So imagine you kicking them off because you feel like they're not up to par
Yeah.
to what you want them to do as far as winning.
Accomplish.
Like that's not what this is about. You know, you don't just start pushing people away that's been there every fucking game because you want to win. Like what's the vision then? Because now the vision is changing.
So you think that when the competitive kick in,
Yeah.
you think that's when
And
things
but
change?
the thing that's crazy is that we were already on
Y'all
top.
was in a winning streak.
You were
That's what
already-
trying to
we were
say.
already on top.
Did
So-
y'all win? Y'all win? I think
Lumberjacks
y'all
was
won
in
the
the league for
championship.
3
Like
years.
that, right?
I don't remember what happened in year one, and then we played together
Year
in year
one, we
two.
just
won,
made
right?
noise. We made noise.
And then year two was when we played together, and
Yeah.
we won the
We
whole thing.
won, yeah.
We
Oh,
beat-
y'all
we beat
won, so
Bush,
y'all
we
have
won
achieved.
everything. That was
Yeah, yeah.
23.
Oh.
And then year 3,
And
they
then-
lost to Outcast.
Outcast
Yeah.
in the playoffs.
Oh, it just
yeah,
so
like that
happens
is
to be
out.
the team I picked to join. I don't know.
But
I'm
year,
just saying.
year three, just
So you think you the difference?
Yeah, that
You
was
the
in the
difference.
Oh, bro, that was
You
a
the difference.
championship for me.
Yeah?
I'm
That
sorry.
was crazy, man. I remember that shit
You
like
know,
today, man.
but I decided to join Outcast because I always felt like the vibes. They always had family vibes and stuff. And I always told Mike Val, if I ever leave the Lumberjacks, I'm coming to you.
Really?
Yeah. I always told Mike Val that. And
I'm not taking it away from you.
no.
If
But,
something happens,
but
you know it's coming.
things happen, and I always told Mike
Yeah.
Val, I said, yo, if I leave, I'm
Yeah,
coming
Mike
to
is a
you.
great
They
guy,
were
man.
playing the salsa
Mike
music.
Mike is solid, man.
They
Shout out
had
to
the
Mike.
kids, they had the kids. So it was the vibe I
Yeah.
liked.
Yeah.
But, you know, things didn't work out, and I told Beck, and we had our conversation, and I ended up joining Outcast.
Tony, you think the league is better today than what it was? Is bigger or is like I see. I remember. I'm sorry. I remember when I came to you, when I lied to you. you had
He
about,
said when I lied to you.
because I did. I called Tony, I
Mikey
said,
Miller, next question.
Yeah, Mike is like, nah, I don't want to talk about
Hey, at
this.
least Mikey's watching.
yeah, everybody watching. Thank you,
Oh,
everybody,
and
for watching.
Speaking of, I see Mike Valentine.
Yeah, Beltsville's
Valentine's up
half
there.
Vipers and half, yeah, it is.
But
man.
hey, Mike, I want to apologize because
Well, apologize?
Mike had asked me about signing his scorebook.
Really?
He posted on the page about joking about signing it. Then he
Yeah.
came down to the game. He's like, "You signed my scorebook,"
Yeah.
and I'm thinking he's joking. He doesn't really want me to sign it. And then on the way home after our game against Outcasts, my wife's going like, "Why didn't you sign Mike's book? He really wanted you to sign it." I'm going like, "No, he was joking," and I think he was joking, but I really hope you didn't want me to
Should've
sign it
signed
because I mean I would have,
My-
but
my-
there's no.
Mike Val, he owed you a signature, Mike Val.
Mike, put it in the comments, man.
Mike, he's gonna sign this one today. And I'm gonna send it to you. You heard?
Yeah, I just felt bad. Like if he really wanted me to sign it, I would have signed it. I just thought he was joking and not being serious.
Hold on, can I read this?
Yes.
Stanley said Beltsville Bar is half Vipers, half Lumberjacks.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay,
It's not
okay,
half
so,
one.
okay, so,
There's like 3 lumberjacks.
okay.
It's
Whoa,
like
whoa, but they
three.
got
That's what I
back?
thought. It's
Yeah.
back,
Jake.
Jake, and
And who is the other one?
yeah, it ain't half, bro. You got
Is
3
Billy playing with
Lumberjacks.
them?
No. There's another one that he's with Jake. Or he go to the gym with Jake. What's his name? You know who I'm talking about? Who?
I do.
Yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
think
Joe.
Joe went
Yes,
back.
yes,
He
yes.
did
Joe,
went back, yeah.
Joe,
that's what I'm talking about,
yeah.
yeah.
It's
Those
Joe
3.
back in fucking Stanley. Go sit down, bro. Like,
But they do got a lot of Vipers, though, 'cause
If
they got
half the
Bama.
Lumberjacks
Oh,
were
Mike,
there,
all right, Mike, when
Hold
you-
on. If half the Lumberjacks were there, you'd be undefeated, bro. So shut up.
Now I feel bad. 'Cause Mike's saying he wanted the damn signature. Now,
We're gonna get
Mike,
you.
next time I will sign it for
We're
you.
gonna get you that book signed. But back to the question, you think? Because when I came to you, you had 16 teams in the league.
Yo, seriously.
Yes, we had
Yo,
seven.
get out of here,
He's
man.
flexing now. He's
Yo,
flexing.
Tim, get out of here, man.
Oh, Timmy's in the shot.
Timmy, the president.
Hey!
Timmy, the president.
Shout out to
Damn,
Tim,
he
man.
said Rob
Solid guy,
slow
man.
ass. Why you saying that, yo?
Swole and
Yeah, we
shit.
got
Oh,
Yo, get out of here, Tim.
Even though he's sitting in bitch sheet, like he still looks swole.
So when
But
we came to the league, you had 16 teams.
Yes, and when
That's
when
crazy.
I took it over, we had 11. 1 year we dropped down to, I don't know if we were ever under 10, but it was, people were slowly coming up, teams were building. When you called me and Benchwarmers called me,
Lied to you. Yeah.
it was like late. Like I had already had a schedule made for the 16 teams.
I know, I remember.
But I never wanted to refuse
Yes.
people and say no.
Yeah, that's why when you asked me, you had
So
your
it
team. I
was
said
like,
yes.
son of a bitch. So like
many
you
teams we
you
got?
called, said you had a
16
team.
plus, right?
I redid a schedule. And the Benchwarmers called and they said, and doing the schedule is kind of a pain in the ass because we play at all the different fields. I don't have field 1 and field 2 like Palmer does and just schedule games there.
Yes.
No, I got to make sure, okay, you're sharing a field with somebody, you're sharing a field. I got to make sure you guys aren't both playing home on the same day.
Yeah.
And I got to make sure everything. So doing the schedule is always the biggest pain. That's what took the longest time of everything, was putting the schedule together.
Yeah.
And that year, I did one schedule, had it set. You called, did another schedule, had it set, and then Benchwarmers called, did another schedule. So I was like, no more fucking schedules. It was like, and the first year we tried it where we played everybody.
Everybody.
And that was 34 games. That was 17 weeks. That was, we went into October, I think it was, playing.
Yeah.
It was just long.
That was the year that fall balls.
And
we didn't have fall
we didn't
ball, right?
do fall ball because this schedule, it was just a long season.
I still think that A, B,
I like
C,
that,
D
though.
division is
I'm
great.
not-
idea.
I didn't mind it either, but I always I listened to everybody. And this is what many people forget, this is a Sunday rec league.
Yes.
Okay, like, you're good enough to go play tournament ball, play a tournament ball, do your thing. But this is Sunday rec league.
You know what? That's a good, interesting point that you brought up about tournament ball.
Well,
We did have rumors last week. Didn't
Oh.
We did,
About
now that you're mentioning,
about the teams
I
and
heard
we?
shit.
I got to address some rumors.
you do? Go ahead, do you think?
I got to address some rumors.
Do you think?
So, right? And did I cut you off? I don't feel like I cut you off. Anyway.
I feel like I've been talking since we've been here, so
You've
somebody else
done
talk.
80% of the talking. So let me talk a little.
What you gonna talk about?
So
the
I got
games
some
and shit?
inside sources on the rumors of last week. So the whole thing about people wanting to make up games because they don't have players. I hope you watched it, Tony.
I did
I
not
watched
see
it.
last week, I'm sorry.
You were
Just-
saying that they said that they didn't have a full squad.
They didn't
bomb
have a
squad, they
full
have
squad,
type
so-
shit.
One team, but
Bounce
I
around.
heard that Deerfield
Deerfield-
really wasn't playable.
Deerfield
so I
was not
apologize.
playable. It had puddles, and there's a whole thing going on with the guy who took care of the fields. Is not doing so anymore. So there was issues with the field. So
But they
Mountain
kicked him out?
Goats got a pass.
Yes.
They're free to go. As far as Willie and his Absolute, they wanted to make up the games. Now Jared, which is the team for Bush, accepted and said we'll make up the games.
Okay.
So
So it was both.
so Willie is the only team that didn't have the players to field, so asked for a makeup game. Is that right?
In my opinion, no.
What do you think? Ralph?
Because to me, like Willie's got a bunch of guys that play travel ball.
Yeah.
So if they don't want to play, a tournament all day Saturday and then come play and say, well, it's not our problem.
You're responsible for your team.
But
Yeah, I
it's,
think-
and
it's
who's
like
running-
others said, I think
who's
you're
running
responsible
Absolute?
for your
Is it Willie
team.
or Dallas, or who's running it anymore?
I'm not sure. It's
I'm not
Willie
sure either.
Dallas.
But no,
excuse me, I don't know.
the
but
original, the 3 weeks to make.
Absolute is the team that didn't have the players to play, so they
'Cause
asked
they were-
Jared, which
they
he
were
accepted,
traveling?
and I know that that's a thing. If you're okay to make up, but is that okay
No, I don't
anymore?
think so, man.
Like, should that be?
I mean, that shouldn't be an excuse
when the
either.
rule is in effect that you have 3 weeks to make it up. Now we had Mother's Day in there, I think, after a rain out.
Yeah,
so
but-
like Mother's Day gives you 4 weeks because we don't play on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
But if you can't make it up within 3 weeks and you don't have a team available, then you should be taking 4.
Yeah, but should you be able to make up in 3 weeks? Being that it's basically because
Because you was
you
missing.
don't have. It's not a rain out. It's not because
It's 'cause
it
you was
rained out
missing
and
the
you
dudes,
can't
right?
play. If the fields are good and it's all sunny,
So they
right?
took
Should
that
you
out.
be able to make up games because you don't have your players?
No, I don't
the
think
field's
so,
playable.
yeah.
I mean,
You
you
should
can,
play.
like if one team reached out to another team and said, "Hey, listen, I've got 6, 8 of my guys that if somebody's getting married and there's they're going away for the weekend, we're not going to be here. Either we forfeit or can we reschedule?" If the other team's willing to reschedule, we all just want to play ball. We all sign up to. So if the other team says, yeah, we can do that, we can.
Give
reschedule.
him a loss,
Yeah.
man.
But if they say, no, we don't want to play 4 in a day, or we don't want to, then it's a courtesy thing, but amongst managers.
It's a courtesy thing.
You know,
and
so-
you know what? It's
Still my
fine.
loss,
If
bro.
it's fine because it was accepted and they're gonna make up their game.
I don't.
And
This is the
understand
first
it's
I'm
a-
hearing about this. I don't even know anything about
I understand.
it.
Right,
That's
because-
our paparazzi. We got we got cameras.
Well,
and
my
we got
thing
ladies.
is like I understand if it was agreed upon and you're gonna make a, but if you can't field a full team on the day you're scheduled to play,
Then you're forfeiting.
then you should
You should
be,
get a
you
loss,
should be
man. Take a
forfeiting.
loss.
It should be a loss.
It's a loss,
Yeah,
bro.
Now
it's
I
not-
know, but
That's
we're
a
in,
loss.
we're in
My
this-
vote say it should be a loss. No, Edwin say feel good then play.
Now, but I
No,
also
Mike said it should be a
understand-
loss.
It's
yeah.
not. It was one team that they didn't have a full team and they
We-
played with 9 guys.
Many of us want to
JMI only
face
played with 9 guys.
Yes.
the best competition. If I'm coming in to play Bandoleros, and I, like we were talking earlier, like I want to face you guys at your best. I want my best against your best.
That's the best.
Right.
If a particular week you've got guys out.
Is
you
not
can't
everybody
make it,
face each other
that-
twice?
We're not. Well, like each division plays each other 4 times, 2
4
doubleheaders.
times.
So
Yeah,
like
you
A
got that
plays all
chance.
the A twice, B plays all the B
Yeah, we
twice.
played each other 16 times. I think
Yeah,
already.
like I said, last year we faced each other like 7 times.
Yes.
4 in the regular season and then 3 in the playoffs.
Like, that was a great game.
understand-
Yeah.
I understand if I understand the culture because like this is a league and we built on like everybody's together, whatever. So if a team agrees and to make up the games, I get it. Ain't no foul against Jared, right? Running Bush.
I don't think Jared's running Bush. I think Jake's running Bush.
Well,
now.
Jake, yeah. So
But-
if Jake's running Bush and they agree to make up the games, that's fine. But at what point, right? At what point is it like, okay, that's only allowed? Like for Absolute, I'm saying. At what point is that okay to, let's say they have another tournament in 2 weeks,
And I
right?
I
And they
don't,
can't field their guys. So like, at what point is it okay for, for teams to just
asking
keep-
once for a bachelor party or a wedding or something, that's one thing. But I've heard rumors, and again, I have not
We love
validated, and I
rumors.
know nothing about what you're talking
love
about.
rumors.
I'm out of the loop on this stuff. I don't hear anything about it. But if I was still running, and I hear, they're playing a tournament the day before, and they don't want to have all the guys. Well, that's not. No. It's a different
Well,
story.
this was
Like,
done last year.
And I know
With
that's
Absolute.
what
And
that's why I
Edwin-
referenced the
Edwin
tournament
refused.
because that's what I
Edwin
heard
said
last
no.
year. Yeah.
Edwin said no, that's not, and then they had to take the forfeit.
Yeah, and
So like that's what I'm saying. What's
Ya te saca, güey.
But
if it's
you
something
get-
that's frequently happened, I feel like it needs to be addressed.
Yes, if it's one team does it one time in 5 years, that's one thing.
That's one
But if
thing.
you got one team that's asking 3
But
times
it
a season,
seems like
that's another.
this team is doing it
Yeah.
every fucking year.
And but you're gonna get different. You put 3 people in a room, you're never gonna get everybody to agree on everything. you're going to have one team that's going to say, you know, oh, you know what, you're afraid to play us? You know, you don't want to wait till we have our team? About, you know, they want to act like, okay, you know, but no. But you make a schedule. When you sign up to play softball, you put 15 guys, 16 guys on your roster so that you're there to play on Sunday at 11 o'clock. If you can't field it, put as many people as you
What's
want
the
on the roster.
minimum? What's the minimum you think it should be in a team?
Look at the chat real quick. That's not ideal though. Every team has people missing all the time, which I could agree with. We have 4 games next week and my pitcher won't be there. Does that mean he cancels?
That means you should have a second pitcher.
That's
I
what
mean,
I'm
that
saying.
means you should have you starters and your bench.
The difference in this year is you got 2 forfeits and the team gets kicked out.
That's right, right?
another one.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a new rule though
That's
that
a
you
new
didn't.
rule.
That's a Tim rule.
See, because I was.
It's a lot of new rules.
Tim's
It's a lot, it's a lot
That's
of
a
new
Tim
rules.
rule. And then you know what? I like that rule.
Than
That's
I
a-
was.
Yeah.
I was always like, you know, all right, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt and give you a little bit of trust. I mean, but the board members that worked, you know, with me through the years, I always bitched about a forfeit bond. I wanted a forfeit bond.
Okay.
Now, luckily, in the 8 years that I did it, we only had one team that cost the league money because they ended up forfeiting. The umpire showed up. They didn't show up. They didn't pay the umpire. The umpire needed to get paid, so the league ended up paying the umpire.
Yes, pay you the umpire.
Was that
They get there
Outcast?
to get
No.
Is
paid.
that Outcast? No, thank God.
But,
Woo, Mike, we did something right.
It was, but like last year, like, you know, people are forfeiting because they can't get the people they want. Everybody, this is
Yeah.
again, I'll say it again, this is a rec league softball.
yeah.
Everybody wants to come down and just get away and have something to do on Sundays and play ball.
Time out.
So,
Time out. It's shot time. Kelly, how to take a shot?
He
So
said-
we're gonna take a
Tim said
shot.
Eldon take a shot.
We're gonna
for me.
take a shot.
Take a shot, Eldon. You gotta take a shot.
Yeah, we all take a shot.
I'm done. I did my one.
You did you one? You
Yeah, you
sure?
won. Yeah, you're done. We don't want you to get beat up.
I did my one.
I'm only allowed 2 an episode, so this is my second one.
Kelly, take the glass. Take the glass.
Kelly.
That one was
No,
mine.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey,
Right
the
there.
liquor, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking the liquor kills the bacteria. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Mari Tate, man. I always
Two
talk about
shots.
him, man.
Maddie said 2 shots, yo.
I'm gonna have my
No. We
Mari
have
Tate.
2.
Mari Tate is coming
That's
soon.
it.
Mari
That's
Tate
2
coming
shots.
soon.
Shout out
That's
to Maddie,
it.
man.
This is the
Salud,
second
salud
shot.
for us. Salud for being here. Thank you for the whole league.
We haven't even gotten to the
No,
games.
no.
This is
This
crazy.
is
Crazy.
ooh.
No, but I think it's good because, you know, we have somebody who's been in office with his secret
Service.
Secret
Secret Service.
How you think Team
I don't know who does more
That's why.
protect.
Hey, that's why he sat between us because he didn't want me to touch him. I can't touch Tony right now.
No, let's be real. You said you.
I
That's your
can't
spot.
touch Tony
You said
right now.
That's your spot. You didn't
Nah,
wanna
he's
move.
got bitch sheet. That's it.
He said that's his spot. He didn't want to move.
Nah, this is my spot.
Kelly, what's up, man?
I don't have a mic, so they probably won't be able to hear me.
Look at Kelly sweating in
Shout out to my
bricks.
shirt.
Kelly sweating in
Shout out to my
bricks.
shirt.
Kelly, what you was doing before this?
I was cooking up some steak.
Huh?
You didn't bring them for everybody?
That would have been
I
nice.
didn't even get some for myself pretty much.
Yeah. Thank you for being here, Kelly. Kelly, well, you know what? Fucking tell my hack. I'm going to the podcast. With the Hack Corner. What do you think about the podcast?
I think it's way better than the dugout was. You got different camera angles. We actually have mics. You don't have anybody not paying their cell phone bill and dropping out in the middle from holding
Edwin?
the phone. And I didn't mention any names.
Damn.
Edwin?
Why are you calling out Edwin?
Yo, he was always fading out, bro. He was always fading out.
He say, Chuck say anything is not possible here. That got
That got
smashed.
smashed 2 weeks ago. And we're growing, Chuck. We are growing as a unity. We're not getting blasted. We're just taking 1 or 2. That's fine.
That's it.
All right? Me not remembering nothing doesn't mean anything. That's just
We
growing.
was having a good time.
But yeah, you got a nice little setup here, and I wish you luck. I hope things go well. And
Yeah, you guys are kicking on. So you guys are doing good, man. You guys are
show,
doing good.
man. It's good, man. You know, I'm glad Tony's on, Ralphie. I'm glad you're here, but you only hit him.
Tony was
I protect him more than he protects me.
I know. I think we know that. I think we know that.
flexing on the camera for a
Tony,
reason.
no. Tony's always protecting me, bro. Tony's always checking around what's going on, man.
Who's talking to him? Who's trying
But
to steal
listen,
him? Who's
I feel what you're saying.
I'll be the number one saying. I was.
I feel what you're saying about when you came to the league, you reached out to Tony.
Yeah, bro. He hit me
It was
up.
the
He
same thing
helped
to
me and
me.
shit.
I honestly didn't know much
Right,
about
right,
the
right.
league when I decided to
No,
make
me
a
neither.
team.
I didn't know
I was
shit. I
talking,
didn't even know
I was
nobody.
talking to Kelly about it. It was like, I think it's a league around here. I did my research. I now remember how I got in contact with you. I know I did. And
Oh, I know you did because you did plenty of times.
yes, and every time I call
Yeah.
Tony, every time, everything I needed, every question, every thought, he always
That's
answered
it,
me.
bro.
He always
Come
helped
on,
me out. He helped me out getting to the East Banger. It was like, I'm gonna help you getting this food. After this, it's on you. I was like, listen.
I
thank
put you in
so much.
contact with the guy. That
Yeah,
was what
yeah,
I did.
yeah.
So Tony, how do you feel like you were lied to the whole time?
I was hey, he lied to me when we were on the phone, but he put a team together. He made it happen. If he would have called me back, because I'm sitting here and like, I always assume that everybody's a good person, everybody is respectful and does what they're going to say, and maybe I give too much trust sometimes. But I mean, if you asked Dakota, if you asked any of the teams that joined over the years, I was always helpful, tried to get them, because I love playing ball and I want other people playing ball, and you want to play, come play, get it together. But had you dropped out and said, I'm sorry, boss, I ain't got no team, then I would have been like, no, I gotta go back to the other fucking schedule.
I asked Tony, I say, Tony,
But-
I have these. I say, okay, this is the fees, blah, blah. I tell him, can I bring you the money next day?
Yeah, you did say that.
I said, wait,
I was like,
I gotta see what
figure it
minutes.
out.
Listen, I come to your house tomorrow.
He didn't want you to know where he lived, bro. That's why.
He's not wrong.
He said, meet me at
When
the
I don't know
supermarket.
people, I don't know if I want to know who I am.
You're in a Wawa.
Yeah, he was like, meet me at Wawa, bro. You ain't coming to my house.
I felt
Fuck
it. I
outta
felt
here.
it.
I already know how you
wanna
sound, bro.
I want to make it feel like,
All right.
But after I got to know you, you were
Yeah.
at my house.
Yeah, no. He said, you know what? Come through, blah, blah. I went the next day.
When I told my wife I was doing this, she's going like, who's Eldon? I go, you met Eldon. He was here. I go, he was the one who came to the driveway and told you have a very nice house. And my wife said, oh, yeah.
He
I
lied
remember
about
him. He
that
was
too?
Nice.
No, he do have a beautiful,
This guy's
lovely
a
house.
fucking liar, bro.
I'm not. I just try. I just do what I need to do.
Tony's got a nice house.
No, he's like,
It takes a lot of work.
If you had one thing that Tim was struggling with, what would it be?
that's a good question.
I don't think he's struggling with anything.
You think he's doing a pretty good
I
job?
I was pleasantly surprised by, not that he never called to ask a question, but I mean, he might have called me 2-3 times maybe to ask a couple questions about different things.
Yeah.
But he, like, for the most part, I mean, when I got the league, I got nothing. I got nobody that would help with how do I get the insurance? How do I do that? I had to figure all that out on my own. So when I passed it off to Tim, I passed off all the information that I had gathered over the last 7 years.
Hey,
So
attaboy.
he had it a little bit. Now he may not. Him and Kieran may not have been able to understand some of my stuff.
Edwin is
But
a pain in the
it was
ass. He
there.
say by his girl doing all the extra. What you mean by that?
Who's
He's
referring to
talking
you?
about Tim's wife.
There it
Yeah, I
is,
know.
bro.
Kira's a great woman that is
Kira's
very
scary.
organized, got her shit together. She's very detailed. She's a good woman. And
What about Tim, though? You have a lot to say about his life.
Tim's great.
Tim-
I've known
I think. Listen. I didn't know Tim about.
Tim's the man, bro.
Tim's a good guy.
I
love
didn't
Tim.
know Tim about till this year that I knew that you passed the torch to him, and from what I've been talking to Tim, he's a great guy. He's also a guy that is able to help
Tim is
you.
solid, bro.
Tim's a good dude.
So
Tim's
The big difference between me and Tim that I see is Tim is much like no comments, no bullshit, no nothing. Like I'll talk to you.
literally no comments.
Yeah, like I'll
on
talk
the
to you.
page.
I love that. That's when
Like,
that's what give me the green
I want
light.
to know what's going through your mind. Like, I don't ever think that I have all the answers. I don't think that I'm right 100% of the time. I may see a certain situation, and you may come to me and say, "Hey, did you think about this?" And I'll go, "No, I didn't." But now that I'm thinking about it that way, that kind of changed my opinion
One
a little
thing,
bit.
one thing that I
because,
feel like Tim has, I was hearing a lot from Tony, and it's where because of him. Okay, thanks for the cocksucking.
Thank you, Tim.
Appreciate
that.
Nice to know you know how to give blowjobs. Anyway, listen. So
What the fuck?
Can't two guys just be nice to each other?
no,
without
we
giving-
are. That's a compliment. That's a compliment. What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, it is a compliment. but
Love Tim. Tim knows I love him. And he seems very in the know. He seems very in tune with what's happening around the league. He seems to know what he's doing. So I'll give you a shout out, Tim. Tim, you've been doing a great job.
Shout out to Tim.
President of the league, this is your first year. I know your wife's probably involved, but you're the president, bro. So I'll give you your flowers right now. You're doing great. You're not allowing bullshit. And I like that. I like that because, like, you know, people give bullshit. Like Bandoleros over here with no team. He gives a lot of bull.
We came through though.
Yeah, that's the key. I don't mind the bullshitting as long as you come through.
We came
No,
through.
but
We
Tim,
came through.
shout out to you, brother.
You say you didn't run a team in this league, but you do run a team in
He said
Palmer.
blowies and handies.
How hard is to run a team?
The team that I have in Palmer, our co-ed team on Thursday nights, is honestly very easy to run because
They show up.
I pick people that I've had a lot of people.
You do your research. I want to build a team.
And
I'm going to run a team. I want to make sure that
I
people.
tell everybody the same shit. I go, listen. I want you to come play with us. I said, but I'll ask you right
Tim's
now,
been a
if you're
stand-up
not
guy.
going to make
Absolutely.
it, let me know. Yes. I have. Like, you know, people tell me, like, I'm not going to be
Mikey
here a month in
Salvendez.
advance. I go, okay, you're letting me know, but let me know when we get a little closer. I'm not going to remember a
Yeah,
month down the road. You're not going to be here.
give me a heads up.
But just, it's like, I want you to be reliable. I want you to show. I don't expect you to make every game. People are going to go on vacation. Sometimes you got to work.
Yeah,
Sometimes, you know.
communication's
But
key.
communication is key.
Absolutely.
The thing that I always hated is, and I'm talking going back 25 years now, but when I'm standing on a field, we got 8 guys, and we're looking at the parking lot. Now, this was before everybody had cell phones. But you're looking at the parking lot, waiting for that guy's car to
Seeing
pull
that
out
he
that
showed
you're
up.
looking for.
See who's gonna
I
show up
hated
and
that.
shit.
And any team I've ever ran, it's always been communication. I just wanted, if I got to get somebody, I'll get somebody. I got enough people I know to play softball that I can call somebody up and go, hey, you feel like playing tonight? Can you fill in? Can you come down? You know. But I can't stand being down there looking to the parking lot for players.
I told my team to give me a week heads up.
I was gonna say you run your team.
Yeah,
Like,
just let me know
what's
from
your
week to week.
hardest? What's your hardest part running your team?
You be threatening them, bro. I'll do be threatening.
No, I'll be going on, and Kelly tell you.
Yeah, you'll show up in your
Kelly can tell
driveway.
you.
Boom, boom, boom.
threatening them.
Yo, wake the fuck up! I don't care if you got fucked up last night.
Yo,
Let's go.
Yeah, what I do is we have a group chat. Of course, I'm pretty sure everybody do have a group chat with the team. And we playing. We do practice during the week. And by the middle of the week, I'm testing my group. This is the lineup for this week. Make sure, confirm if you on it or you're not. Let me know.
I do the same thing. On Thursdays before a game, I usually send the lineup out. So when you get down there, you know what you're doing, who's pitching, who's playing.
It's simple, it's hard. It's hard. You get to the field about 9:30. You warm up 10 o'clock. And you home. You start hitting by 10:30. The other team hitting. You already have figured it out what you want to have in the field. And you're looking at everybody like, okay, I'm missing. What am I gonna do?
Yeah, you're missing that.
And that happened to me a lot. Our first year was like, it was a learning process for me.
You don't know who's gonna
It was
show
a
up or
learning
not,
process
right?
for me. It was moment that I was like, oh my God. It was moment that everything was going smoothly. But I was, you know what? Second year, I'm gonna make sure that this is.
No, but
I'll
it
make
seems
a
like
way
you
that
guys-
it's easier.
It seems like you got good guys that commit though. That you guys.
They are. I'm very grateful and very proud of the team that we have
Let me
today.
know he's in Thursday.
But let's move on. Let's talk about.
Let's get into this.
I bet you know.
Let's talk about the games today. Let's move to the games today.
Let's go.
So in number one, we got Bandolero. They split with Brookside.
Brookside Bombers, right?
Brookside Bombers, yeah. So game 1 was 14-4. Game 2, they merged us in game 1.
Okay.
And game 2, 10-8. We won it. Game 1.
10-8.
So what happened in the first game? Since you was coaching.
Honestly, the whole entire game was tied 4-4. I
Yeah?
think through the 6th inning, I believe. 6-5 inning, and they just
So y'all
have
had dry spells and stuff like that, different innings, or what?
We just got in our heads and we start falling apart.
Yeah,
Once we
we-
started falling apart, we let it go. One little mistake after another, it created a domino effect.
yes,
Alright.
and they just had a good inning, and not taking
That's
not,
quicksand. That's quicksand.
yeah, Brookside got a really good team. They got a really good hitters. They was hunting. That first game they wanted them more than us. We was a little bit sloppy, which is happening. You know, I think it happened, and
Happens to everybody.
it was 4-4 through the 5th or 6th inning, and they just had an inning
Did you
that.
guys come into the game thinking you were going to sweep them?
Honestly, I never think about. I always think about that I'm facing a team that is just gonna bring the best. that
You
they
guys
got.
never played them before, right?
We played last season.
Okay.
Yeah,
How are they compared to last year?
Yeah.
Yeah,
better,
but
better this year or worse than last year?
What?
Brookside, they better, or what do you think about them?
I think Brookside is pretty solid.
No, comparing it to last year. How you
To
think?
be honest with you, it's hard to remember every
Okay,
team.
okay,
You know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But all I can say is that they have a really good team. And then second inning, we got it together, and we fought. That second inning, we fought. We wanted it more, and we took the W that second inning. 10-8, it was close game.
Yeah,
But we wasn't make sure that we didn't, we didn't
Oh,
want
they
to
gave
get
you guys
swept.
a battle, though, man.
No, they did. Game one, they just have a badass inning, and they was scoring, which is happening.
That one inning.
And
changed
Yeah,
and
that's
then
how it
game
goes.
two,
It's all
we
good
went at
football.
it. We went at it a little bit, and then the last 2 innings, we just took over. We scored.
Oh, nah, you hit a home run. You know that shit. Talk
What you
There
got
you
there,
go.
man? What you
Elden.
got,
Blow it
that
up,
time?
man.
You won that center.
I was the center. But
Yeah, Eldon's got sneaky pop. I saw it one time last
do,
year where
I
I played against you a
When
bunch.
I first saw
and
Eldon,
there was a bunch of times where you singled, like, but I didn't think there was much power. And then he crushed one and beat our left center fielder. And I was like, where did that come from?
He either hits you a
Holy
bomb
shit,
or
yeah.
complains about
I
his
thought-
hamstring.
I thought-
That's
I
what he
thought-
does. I know.
that what happened last week.
when I first met Eldon, when I saw him on the field hitting, I thought he was one of those guys where you have to bring the infield
Hey,
down.
wait, hold on.
Line drive
No, he
hitter.
got
He's
sneaky
gonna
power,
he's
he's
gonna
sneaky power.
spray on the inside of the outfield, and then all of a sudden,
he got sneaky power.
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I got a nice swing.
I pegged him as a slap.
Boy, attaboy.
I pegged him on a few games we played and saw him play. In my mind, I'm going like, okay, kind of slap hitter, like all over the place.
That's what I was thinking.
And
slap
then,
hitter,
but then he hit the bomb, and I was like, I didn't see that coming. Like, but,
Yeah, I hit them back there, here and there. But yeah, like I say, game one.
They say he hits the Mac Daddy here and there.
No, but game
Yo,
two.
he just said that,
Mac
right?
Daddy
You
and
hit the
shit.
Mac Daddy here and there. Is that what you just said? That's what you
Game two, honestly, game two was a team effort. Game two was a team effort. Everybody was mad at that first game. Everybody
Everything
was
about
upset.
softball
And it was
team
close,
effort.
though. Yeah, it was a
No,
close
it's
game.
still like this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, go ahead, do your thing,
This is
bro.
what I'm saying. It still was a close game. You know what I mean? So shout out to Brookside. They got a good squad. So they did pretty good. And what do you think about that field?
Field is horrible.
about East
About
Bangor.
what?
No,
It's,
Brooks.
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
That's our field.
I know. That's what I'm asking. What do you think about the infield? You think he got?
Nah, I mean, look, in my opinion, I think the infield at the beginning of the seasons, it looks good. Then it gets a little rough.
When Little League stops playing there, they stop taking
so
care of it.
There goes.
Okay, so it's a little thing, little
right.
league team that plays there.
Kevin and I have been doing a lot of talking about the field, and we've actually done some work. We were down there last Sunday. Kevin and I were down there at 8:30, 9 o'clock or something, and we cut away a bunch of the brush that was out in left that was in play. That, like, if you hit it down the left field line, it's double because the brush starts to come in at 240 feet.
One of the guys from Brookside was with the trimmer, right?
Oh, he was doing that.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. I'm glad they did some work.
So
He
it's
too.
did.
probably
He,
getting
he,
big
did.
already.
He was there early in the morning.
And he still got the fence, though, right? It's still back there.
That
Well,
fence,
that was part of the problem because we cut away the brush to the left,
Yeah.
and now the fence left an
Yeah.
opening there. So now we need more fence
Right,
to come
that's
over
what I'm
because
saying.
we cut away
That's
the
what I'm
brush.
mentioning.
Yeah. So, but yeah, shout out to the Brookside. Let's move on to number 2. Number 2, Wasted Talent versus Moonfay Ranch.
Oh,
We can
boy.
skip this one.
So,
We don't need to talk about this.
no, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Let's move on.
So, Wasted Talent sweep Moonfay Ranch game 1, 9-8. It was close that first game.
Close game.
And then game 2, 27-14. So,
Let me
y'all
tell
part
you,
of the
man.
Moonfay Ranch. What you can tell us
Let me
about
tell
that
you.
game?
I'll tell you right now. Look, it was great games. It was back and forth. Wasted Talent. They got a good bunch of guys over there.
Second game was back and forth?
No. The whole thing, the day itself, it was back and forth. We just felt, we was just dry in certain spots, and that's been like an issue for us also the whole year. We got a lot of guys injured and stuff. No excuses, but
It happened.
talking about today, we did have dry spots, but they capitalized on a lot of things. It's a pesky team. They hit around. They move around, so
They're base-
we
base-
battled,
base
man. We
hitting
battled.
team,
You see
right?
the scores, huh?
Not,
Base hitting team, though.
Yeah.
First
They're
game
not
was-
gonna give you a bomb,
It's
but
not a lot of,
but
it's not a lot
no.
of crazy.
No,
it's
no,
just
none of that, bro. They
one
just
of those scrappy.
look. They just passed the bat. They passed the bat.
You guys play any circus music while y'all playing?
Look, let me tell you something. Actually, today we did, we were screaming more, we was talking more, so we was getting a little looser. Whatnot. We got a lot of new guys too that they're getting into it.
We have
with
a
us.
good group of guys.
I think Moonflake Ranch is a pretty good team.
We are one of those teams that we all have to show up and play our A game.
Yes.
If we're not playing our A game, we're in trouble.
Yeah,
But
we're in trouble.
Moonface has always been a scrappy team.
Yeah, that's
You know,
that
but
really
when
is,
it's on, it's on. When it's not, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
I mean, I feel like we'll come back around. I think like we went into last year thinking like we weren't going to do anything,
And
but
then
everybody
boom.
was healthy.
Right.
We played well. We were having fun, and we exceeded expectations.
Yeah.
I mean, we went to the chip and the CD. Nobody
Yes.
expected that. And this year, I think we may have come in with some expectations, and maybe we're just not doing the same thing we did last year.
Right.
Yeah, you think
So-
y'all guys missing something that y'all didn't have last year?
We haven't put a full squad out on the field.
I
yet.
think a
So-
healthy
so-
squad.
so-
a healthy
so-
squad.
healthy squad.
So
A healthy
since
squad.
day one,
Because
since
we
day
all
one,
fucked up.
Secret Service can't. You saw him walking in?
Yeah, I
He
can't.
can't even walk.
My hamstrings all fucked up,
Yeah,
but I
he's
still
got-
playing.
he's
He
got
have
a bum
it, he
Still
have
giving the
it,
best
he
I
have
got.
it,
So
He's got a bum hamstring. One of our
have
better
it.
outfielders had his ACL stuff done. One of our
So
other
the
better
injury- the-
outfielders has
the
got a
injuries
brace on his
goes
wrist
to
right
you
now.
guys.
And Mikey has a
Yeah.
bracing, and Mikey's very important.
no,
for us,
that's
too,
the,
so-
that's the little, right? With the long hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mikey,
think it's-
man. Mikey,
that's-
man.
That's
Yeah.
Mikey. He was oh yeah, there he goes. Blue pits.
Oh, he's in
There
there.
you
But
go.
he's
He
very
played
important.
today with a great big brace
He
on
had a
his right
brace on,
hand,
and
and like you know.
he's in
So
there
injury-
trying
He
to
wasn't there
go.
for our game, right?
No.
No, he wasn't there for
Mike-
you.
Mike-
We had to bench him because he was the one that flipped the ball with the glove
Yeah.
in the outfield, and it was like, dude, if you can't throw, get your
And
ass
then
on
his
the bench.
calf got messed up
Like,
that
you know,
game. Yeah, man. I mean, he's
But
been
you know
battling
what?
some
He's
injuries,
the
too.
heart. He wanted to play. He wanted to
Oh,
be
he's a
there.
grinder. He motherfucker played today.
I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
Brian.
Yeah, he played today with
You
the
need
wrist like
those,
that.
though. You need those dudes that's just gonna fucking.
But it's still,
yeah.
game one was pretty close, 9-8. So,
Yeah,
you
man,
know, it's
it's
not
just
like,
nice
it's not
spots
like
for us,
y'all lost by a lot. You know, it was a matter of a differential of 1 run. So,
Yeah.
so let's number 3. Let's move to number 3. GMI Swift Bench Warmer. Game 1,
Yep.
16-2. Game 2, 18-3. I call that.
Yeah.
I call that, and not because nothing against bench warmer, it's just GMI. I think GMI is a superior team.
They're consistent.
Does
They're
anybody
consistent.
have any idea the combined record of bench warmers and
I'll tell you right now.
wrong dogs?
Wrong tones.
Wrong tones. So yeah, they've had a few names over the years. I get confused sometimes.
Wrong tones.
Ronton they are 0-6 last week. They win. Let me see. Ronton. So Ronton got lost today. So they are
0-8.
0-8. And then you say what?
Bench warmers. What are they?
Bench warmer. They are 0-6 and they lost today. So they are also
this was my argument about having BA play the C.
okay. I remember
There's your two C teams from last year that
Going
went up,
up, yeah.
and they haven't won a game yet.
That's tough.
And they were great teams last year. Bench warmers won the chip.
Maybe
and
they
And
weren't-
wrong tones were like,
Maybe they weren't true B teams.
so
You know what I mean? Like,
again,
Maybe they
rec
weren't true
softball.
B teams.
Everybody comes out to have
yeah,
fun.
man.
You're not having much fun when you're O end.
So you think any C division team is not capable to play in A and B?
Early in, I mean, everybody's capable
I don't
of play
agree.
everywhere.
Uh-huh.
But the years of listening to the lower, like when I took the league over, we had broken into 3 divisions, A, B, and C, and everybody played everybody. And this was all stuff loaded on by managers, but the winner of each division, like in MLB, got a spot in the playoffs.
Yes.
And then the remaining 5 teams after that would fill in the rest of the playoff bracket.
Yeah.
When we went to 18 teams or whatever it was, 19 teams we had last year, that's when we said, let's make it 4 divisions and let's just have C and D play. Now, I miss playing everybody, okay?
Yes.
Because
I
I've been in
like
this league
playing
for
everybody.
years. I've been in this league for years. I know a lot of people. I miss playing JMI. Even though if we went down to play JMI, I know I'm driving to the field, we're going to lose 2 games.
Yeah.
I
Well,
know
and
that.
I
tough.
and
I still miss it. But when I hear guys going like, dude, I drive 45 minutes to get to a
Why you
field,
touching me? I
and I
can't
get 2 at
Yeah, nah,
bats.
you good, yeah.
Like,
I was
One in
gonna add
each
him, though.
game,
We
he
got
gets
that.
one rolled
so
after
I can't
3.
talk. Like,
They don't get through their lineup sometimes, and their game's over. So the competition is just so that's why we split it up, and that's when
I do agree. I agree with you. I like the A, B, C, D division. I like the divisions. I really do, and I hope it stay that way. I also believe teams shouldn't mix it up here and there. Still keep the A, B, C division, like regular MLB thing.
You see,
See, and
Go ahead.
no, I think about that. My take about that is that, you got guys that are coming down and like he said, nobody wants to come down and get smoked, every
one
weekend.
at a game.
But you don't think
And then again, some people will say that if you play the better people, you get better. You get better as a
you,
well. Okay,
you don't
I
think
hear
you want to
that.
see where you at?
Yes, but then again, it doesn't change the fact that if you're gonna get, you play for some of these teams and you get smoked like that.
I'll
tell you
what that could cause also is a lot of the teams that are not winning dropping out or whatnot, and then
So they get bored. You're saying they get bored. I cannot be in these.
I'm just saying.
I feel like I feel you.
I don't
I
want to
feel
come in
you.
the
That's what I still believe that A, B,
man.
C, and D division are
Yeah,
great,
that's tough. And
and
then
they should manage to
and
stay
it
that way.
seems like even in this year that every division does have like it's tight. It's good competition.
I think
That's
it's pretty.
good.
I think it's pretty good that they move on between C and B. Like you got a good record, you win it this season.
right.
Move on, and then
I like
keep
that.
keeping it up. I
That's
think.
fine.
I think.
I'll
Yeah,
tell
that's
you
cool.
right now, I will predict that you guys will be up and B next year.
I told him that earlier.
Absolutely.
I
You're,
told
you're
him that
gonna, you're
before.
gonna win. You're gonna, I mean, last year Outcast came down,
yeah.
I don't
and
doubt it.
who else came down? Somebody else came down.
doubt it.
Wasted Talent.
Listen, I don't
And,
want
and there's
to.
gonna
I
be
told
there's
them that
gonna be
before starting
teams
this.
that are gonna go back and forth every year.
I don't want to
because-
brag about it, but I'm working on it. I'm really working.
But you
I'm really working in have that team that.
I personally feel that like the way we had it back before
where everybody
The
put
whole
everybody.
everybody.
before the 4th division when it was just 3. I feel like when everybody played each other, I understand there was days where Bush played fucking the
XYZ
last
in the
place
bottom,
team,
yeah.
or whatever
Yeah.
the case may be. But a lot of the last place teams, the C division teams, when we were in the league before, there was a reason why they were a
Third
C
year
team.
or first year.
And then secondly, there was a reason why you wanted to get up there.
I remember when
You
we
get
Yes.
what I'm saying?
But-
So it's like
What you guys?
No, Viper. No,
What I don't think-
Viper was. No, we played. Yeah, Viper for a year.
played Vipers and everybody thought we were gonna lose.
Yeah.
And we ended up
Oh yeah, when the Vikings.
No, not to say that nothing can happen. Anything can happen in softball.
Anything can happen in
that's what I'm
softball.
saying.
100%.
I've
But-
seen C
but we-
teams or D
Yes,
teams,
yes.
all right, consider.
Yeah, but the odds though of
A
that.
teams.
You know,
No,
one
right.
day we played Butch, and Butch played us 4 infielder, and that shit pissed me off. Since that day, I knew
What
I
do you
had
mean?
to
Wait,
do
four
something.
infielders. In,
Yeah, they tried.
Yeah, since that day,
I didn't get nothing, bro.
since
They
that
don't
day,
get-
I promised myself that this shit wasn't gonna
It's
happen
the
again.
5-man. They played you 5-man infield.
Yes,
that's a lot of tournament teams do that.
I know, but I put in my head that that's not gonna happen. I need to fix this. I don't want nobody to look at us and be like, let's do this because I wanna build a team that is very competitive, and I'm working on it little by little because everything is hard to get there. It's hard to get good players. It's hard. You can get good players. It's hard to get committed players.
Committed
Yeah.
players.
People that really gonna be there, people that really gonna show, people that really gonna commit for the team.
Right.
And little by little, we're building on that. But we're not talking about us right now. So
Jumping back to something before we get off
Yes.
this topic that I don't think any of you guys realize or know because it was before your time. But Alfaro, you might be the only one that remembers the Wednesday League.
Okay.
Do you remember the Wednesday League that was going on up here in the Poconos?
it was drinking that day?
No, there was a softball league that ran on Wednesday night here in the Poconos,
Really?
and it was. I mean, if you go back 20 years,
Oh,
there
yeah,
was
well,
16
yeah, okay, I
teams. in
Oh,
that
you're
league.
talking about 20 years.
Well, that was a long time ago when it was in its heyday. When I first joined that league,
16 teams,
It
yeah?
probably had 16, and then the year after that it had 12, and then eventually the last year that league ran, it had 5 teams.
But why?
And what happened was all the good ball players
And there you go.
moved to like 4
See?
teams, and those 4 teams were just running over everybody else.
That's that
and
shit.
teams were dropping out. And teams were dropping
That's
out.
what I fear.
So
That's
no,
what
no,
I'm
no,
telling you.
It's true. I believe that because
That's
you
what
told
I'm
me that.
In the back of my head,
told me
was
that one
always
day.
the thought of, I don't want this Sunday league to turn into Wednesday.
That's
Yes.
what I'm thinking about.
Yes.
That's what
So
I'm
that's
saying.
you
why
do
I
say that. You
always
did say
tried
that.
to balance
I'm
it
saying
out
that,
so
bro.
that just by giving, like, you know, even in the beginning when we had A, B, and C, just by having C, one winner in that division, fight for a playoff spot, because they'd be saying to me, like, by June, we got nothing to play for. We have no chance of making the playoffs because it was just a top 8. So giving A a spot, B a spot, and C a spot, at least C had something to battle for, that
Yes.
playoff spot.
Yes.
Throughout the entire season.
And the gulag
The gulag was
the
that was.
gulag
Oh
was
yeah, I
great
remember.
addition.
What was the good about? That was for the like
That
secondary
was,
team,
that
right?
was the last seed of the playoffs.
Yeah, yeah,
Not the
Fight
last
it out.
seed, not
I
the
remember
eighth,
weeks
not
ago.
the eighth
Not
seed,
the
but the
eighth
last
seed,
playoff.
yeah.
The wild card game.
Yeah,
That was the last pitch.
Yeah.
You could
fight
have
it out,
And
whoever
that's,
gets it, man.
that's the year
Yeah.
we beat the Lumberjacks in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
No,
we had the
that
gulag
was
that
no,
year,
no,
didn't
that
we?
wasn't that.
That happened.
No, that was regular
Well, we didn't
playoffs.
play in the gulag because we already had a playoff
No,
spot.
no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You guys didn't play, but we played in that tournament.
Yes,
because
yeah,
we
did.
did.
Y'all
that
came,
thing, right?
And then we had to play the Lumberjacks.
Yes, and then y'all won.
that's
Y'all
when
beat
we
us.
beat
Yeah,
them.
Salud
yeah,
for that
yeah.
day. Salud for that day.
Salud.
Yeah, that was crazy that day.
But you know but there's something to that last team tournament that I liked.
There is,
I like that
but
shit.
the reason I didn't like it was because it created more work for me. And I didn't mind doing the work, but we had one year we had a big problem with the gulag because we held it at JC and we weren't supposed to have it there, and I got screamed at for it, even though I was told we had the
Yeah,
field.
we played in
and,
Danville.
we were spread out for that.
Man, I take this. Hey, I miss the gula.
No, that was competitive, man. That was
Gulag
crazy.
was
I mean,
good,
like I said,
bro.
you guys came out of there, and then you guys got us out of
The
there.
gula,
crazy.
Chalk
And we
said.
lost to JMI in the
No,
semifinals.
but
Chalk said the gula was like one pitch 2.0.
Nah, the
Listen, team, keep it A, B, C, and D. I think you're doing a great job. I think that's good. So
the 7 teams that didn't make the playoffs had a spot to get a playoff spot. That's what it was.
let's not turn this to next season. So keep it like that. I think
keep
it's
it
pretty
how
good
it
like
is,
that.
man.
I think it's fair for everybody.
good,
Like
it's fair.
everybody, like we're talking about it. I think it's fair for everybody.
Why does Kelly get the little count?
What we got next?
All right, we got next Butch versus Bon Squad.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Butch versus Bon
Here
Squad,
we go.
and they split, and I call that.
All right.
And you, Alfaro,
I call Bush sweep.
you
said
call
sweet.
Butch sweep, and I told you that wasn't gonna happen. And the reason I said that wasn't gonna happen, because Bon Squad, I think they got swept the week before.
Yeah, they
You
did.
know
they
what?
did.
So
I
I
was
say-
surprised when I heard you guys say that.
And I say
And
Bon
asked you guys in the
Squad.
chat. I said if they had full squad.
I say
And you
Bon,
guys said they were
yes,
missing some
I said
people.
Bon Squad gonna come pissed off
'Cause they got
because
some-
I
they got
know
some
I know
players.
that team, and they're gonna
They got some
come
You know
players.
what? I
They
was
got
wrong.
some players,
and
man.
that's okay if I'm wrong. But
No,
I'm
that's
very,
good.
I'm very happy for Bomb Squad.
Yeah.
Because if anything,
Bomb Squad-
that's a big confidence booster.
Bon
That
Squad
team
gives
figures
Split
it out,
with
man. That
Bush,
team is dangerous,
There's
man.
no reason why
Bomb
you
Squad
can't
give-
be competitive in your division and fucking win it.
Bon
Like-
Squad give Butch the first loss, and I love that because we give the first loss to Ronton last season.
Mm-hmm.
The only loss they got, we get them the L.
And then we got him out of there in the playoffs.
Yup. So Butch, game 1 was 16-8, and then game 2 17-7. So they game
Yeah,
2 they
man.
won it by 10 points. So shout out to Bon Squad for
They got
splitting
some
that.
players over there, man. They got some.
I still think Butch is,
Yeah.
I would say, Butch is Butch or
Bush.
whatever.
That's what I'm saying.
But Bon Squad, they brought it. They brought it.
I remember when we were the Lumberjacks and we gave Bush their first loss. And it was like, oh, they beat Bush. Oh, shit.
No, I'm not
You know
surprised
what?
that Bomb Squad beat them, though. They got a good squad.
Nah, but that's what I'm saying. Bomb Squad
They
beat
got a
them.
good squad, man.
They probably got a full squad
Edwin,
today.
shout out to Edwin on
They're a
on,
beatable team.
on that
I
team he
want,
put it together.
I want Bomb Squad. I honestly, secretly, inside, I want Bomb Squad to
Why is
like.
Christian bringing up the triple play?
I want Bomb Squad
Oh,
to
man.
actually do.
Oh, yeah,
it.
no face to triple play.
What?
That was in the playoffs when we got him out of there, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Like, I would love for Bomb Squad to do it. I
Triple
want them to
play. That was
fucking finish,
That was crazy.
you
That
know
was
what I mean?
Tony.
that was bad. Triple play.
That was
That
you.
was, who said it? Akil? He said the triple play heard around the world? Because
That was you.
I think the entire planet was rooting for Moonface to beat
Wrong
Ron
Tones in the playoffs, and we got him out of there. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was just it was a perfectly hit ball right on the line, and I stepped on third, threw to second, and went to first, and turned triple play.
What a play, huh?
That was
That
wild.
was exciting. That had us pumped up.
All right, what's next?
Next, we got number 5. Backdoor slider versus Titans. They split. Los Titanes.
Backdoor slider is the one with the lumberjacks.
Backdoor
and-
slider,
No, that's Beltsville.
Oh.
yeah. So backdoor slider,
The three lumberjacks.
Okay.
yeah. So they
Roy's
split.
Oh,
yeah,
right,
Roy
right,
team.
Sliders is
Wait. So who? What was it called? What was it?
Fine. So they backdoor slider got the first win
Oh,
of
they
the
got it,
season.
Hey!
Backdoor, yeah.
Sliders.
They got the so shout out to Roy. He got the
see?
first W.
Who's Titans?
The
I think
Titans.
I think Titans used to be the Pirates, so I think it's a mix of the Pirates.
Justice
And,
Is that Justin Stuck's team?
yes, yes, I believe so. I believe so. If I'm not mistaken.
Justin, if you watch it, let us know.
No,
for
but you
sure.
see, shout out to Roy though, man. That team, even though
Roy
they don't
was
win
good.
as much, but
But
they
you
still
know
come
what,
out
Roy?
and they compete.
What I know about
You know?
Roy is that Roy just want to have fun.
Yeah,
He want to
no,
play
and-
the game.
and they
And
play.
Roy-
They play good.
I've been thankful for Roy, even though sometimes Roy, you can be a little.
Roy have a
biased.
brother in this league too, right?
There's two brothers.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're twins.
Dylan and Kyle,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Roy takes all the people at the come March, all the people that don't have a place to play, and Roy goes, "Come
Look,
with
see
me.
that?
I'll give you a place
Yeah.
to play," and he does.
That's good. So shout out
Shout out
to
to
Roy.
Roy.
And that's why I go back to the conversation about, us
Yeah,
having the
Titan was the
divisions
Titan
and
last
having
year.
Such XYZ play XYZ. I mean, like that.
Yes.
They don't have the best success all the time, but they
Yeah.
still could bring out a team every year.
I agree.
Come
They
in,
gotta
play,
win. And
and
they
they
gotta
I
gotta
agree. They gotta win.
That
out
was
to Roy, man.
Roy's team was the guy Mick with the long beard.
Yeah,
That
he
made
did.
that
Yeah.
over the head catch right at the fence on you.
Yo, listen,
yeah.
man, I hit a bomb in Minisink all the way to the back, and this guy ran.
Back,
Willie Mays
back
catch?
to home plate
Yo,
and makes
bro.
an over-the-shoulder catch on Ralphie right at the fence, like before he went into the thing.
Wow.
It
And
was
I
a
didn't
great
even know who that
catch.
guy was, but they say he played.
that
he's
where
still
that-
playing
is that
in
where
the
that
league.
yellow-
He's
That
a
was
veteran.
Mick.
Bro.
With the yellow cross tapers on left.
Yeah, like, oh, bro, the guy
Oh,
went
God.
like this.
This
bro.
just goes down.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
That's
can-
why we put the
you
fence
know,
there.
You can catch and fish at the same time.
Yeah.
And
Although
don't
it
do
is
that.
a hell of a drop down.
No,
It's about
yo,
12,
he's
14
scary.
feet
He's
down.
scary.
Yeah.
That's that little
We are
side.
a combo of Pirates and the Tigers.
Oh, so you see,
Okay,
there you
so
go.
that's
the
Titans.
Titans, right? Titans,
That's
okay.
the Titans. Yeah.
Do we play
So,
them?
okay, so Tigers was what the heck's the name that ran that? Hector.
Hector,
ran that
Hector,
Tigers.
Hector.
no,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a combination.
Yeah.
Of Pirates and the
And
Tigers.
the,
Yeah.
and the Tigers didn't have a great year last year either, but they always came out. They always, they had the whole full team. They played. That's what I'm saying. So
And that's the biggest thing, is showing
right,
up.
right.
Yeah. So game one was 19-14.
Any
And then
team
game
that-
two
any-
was
hold
14-0.
on, Any team that's looking for players or looking for guys to show up. That's it. That's the most important
The
thing.
commitment. Right?
So he backdoor sliding like the AAA. Like come show up and and then you can.
Just show up.
Yeah.
Like I
Show
said,
it up.
they're
That's
a
it.
group, good group.
You have a squad. You want them to what? Show the fuck up
Yeah.
on Sundays.
I think-
Anybody.
Running a team just wants to get guys that are going to show up. And if the fucking great player only shows up to 2% of the games, I'll take the fucking mediocre player.
This year,
that's
this
showing
year,
up
hold on.
100.
Now that you said that, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I know it's new rules. It's a lot of new rules. Last year, you was supposed to play certain amount of games to make the playoff. This year, they're doing it. You have to put your roster in the beginning.
Yep.
Make sure that you have your guy. You still have to play. I'm not sure. You have to play certain amount of games.
I don't believe the rules changed. The rule has been you have to play one less than half of your games.
Okay.
So if you're playing 24 games in a season, half is 12. You have to make 11 of them.
Okay.
That was what we had set up years ago because a couple of years before I took it over, they had these little two-part sheets that you had to fill out. The umpire had to sign, and then it was turned in to somebody.
Okay.
And when I took it over, I went, I'm not keeping track of that. I'm not tracking all the games every Sunday of who was there, who wasn't. And that's when I went, hey, let's just take a picture of the book and put it on the page. And then the manager's responsibility to do it. So I took it off my shoulders. Yes. And that's the way it's been ever since.
And I think that was a
it
great
works
idea.
But, it keeps me, if you go back at the end of the year and you're playing, okay, I'm playing this team, and you got to go back and look at one team's games and see who's eligible and who's not, that's on you.
But there's only a certain amount of games where you can have, like, I'm sorry, I'm trying.
Yeah,
I'm a
where
little
are you
confused
going
on
with
what I
this?
was asking.
Yeah.
There's only a certain amount of games where you can add people to your roster.
For the playoffs,
I
you're saying,
don't
right?
know.
No, for the league.
I think, and don't quote me on this,
Yeah.
but I think you can add anybody at any time. if they don't make
I
enough
thought you
games.
have to have like the first 3 weeks. I thought
No,
it was
no,
like
no,
the first 3
that's
weeks you
different.
got to
That's
make
different.
changes.
Let's say I'm going to my car and I meet some guy and he goes, "Oh, hey, I like your softball jersey. I
Yeah.
used to play," and I'm talking to him and he's never played in this league. We could add him.
But
If he played on another
yeah,
team,
that's
you only have three.
That makes
3
sense.
weeks.
That makes
Not
sense.
3 weeks. 3 weeks causes confusion because we had this problem last year.
okay.
The way it sits is you have 3 weeks to make a move. So you actually have 4 weeks to make a move. It's after your team has played the 7th game. Now with rainouts and stuff,
Yes.
like Moon Phase in the first 3 weeks, we played our 6 games. But other teams had only played 4. So when your team plays your 7th game, if you're already playing on that team and have been on the roster, then you can't move.
That's the same rule.
Oh wait, that's
that
the
we
way
have
it's.
in
Oh,
Brazil.
that's the way.
Where
There was a
they
problem
try
last
to
year
get
where
over here,
the way I worded it sounded messed up.
He try.
And-
You see
I
him?
know, I know.
You see him,
I
motherfucker?
believe you.
You see
I'm
what he's
onto
doing,
all this
Joey? Smack him.
I'm on to all
Smack
this
him with the
stuff.
face.
I got it.
Hey,
What's your record?
You know, and I
today
almost wore
is,
your shirt tonight too. I almost wore it.
Our record today is 6-2.
All right, you can't add nobody.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, no, you can add somebody. Like I said,
No, you can add, but you
cannot
cannot
take somebody from another
Add
team.
me
without
over
it.
there.
Oh, okay.
So, like I said, like if I just find out that my cousin was moving to the area and he's a great softball player, I can add him.
So
on
as
the
long
team.
as new,
But he's never played on another
as
team.
long as new, you
but
can
he
add
can't
him.
put the transfer. So if I was on Outcast and I want to play for them,
Then you couldn't after
I can't after the
after
seventh
the
game.
7th game has been played.
All right. So shout out to the Backdoor Slider for the first win.
Yeah, shout out
Good
to
job, Roy. Way to
All
go.
right. So let's move on to number 6. Number 6, we got Prime. Again, Prime Time is a new team.
Okay.
Prime Time is a new team, and they swept Royal Aces. Royal Aces used to be
Pitcher Fit.
pitching the feet. Yeah.
It's the same team though, man.
Pitcher Fit could be a very good team if they got the guys to show up that come from New York.
Yes.
I know Rich, their manager Rich is always.
I believe they got
trying to get
people even
guys to
from
come
Philly
and-
coming.
No, but they got a good squad. They're just a good
They
team.
do.
They're a good,
Week
a good
one,
group
they
of
had a
people.
full squad there, and they
Good
had
group of
some
people.
talent.
Yeah,
They had some guys that can play.
We
Okay.
split with them, and they,
So
they
you
showed
know,
out.
so you got Royal Ace. This is your second year. You got Prime Time coming brand new, and you get swept by them. They're
Yeah,
making a
Prime Time
statement.
been doing some noise.
They're
I
making
don't
some
know
noise.
much of them.
I don't know much about
I know
them.
2 players there, which is the Benning brothers.
I just keep
You know,
hearing they're a bunch
Brad
of football
plays with them
Okay,
too, I think.
I don't
and the
know.
Benning brothers and
I
stuff.
cannot
Shout out
wait
to
to
them.
see them.
But they've been doing some noise.
I
mean,
can't
they've
wait to
been-
play them. And not because listen,
Yeah, Prime Time. They've been.
I
putting some
cannot wait
numbers
to
up.
play them.
You know what it is?
And
I
the
think
re-
prime time is coming from our East Banger field. Since they
Yeah,
have
that-
a bunch
they-
of football players, I guess they saw us playing one weekend, and they asked about the league or,
Yeah.
or something like
Oh, wow.
that. So I think that's what the
So there's a bunch of football
wow.
I
players.
think so.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
see the comment like, "Oh, let them think we're a bunch of
Listen,
football
listen.
players."
Oh, I didn't
And
know
I was like,
about that. I
that's
didn't
all
know
I know. That's all I hear.
Like I said, I only know 3 guys there,
Listen, we don't
but
underestimate
they've been
nobody.
putting some numbers up.
Yeah,
so
we don't intimidate
excited to play
anybody,
them.
but I'm dying to play them.
Okay,
Okay,
let's do it.
And the re-
apparently Tim said you can't add anybody after week 8, so maybe that did change.
Okay,
After
okay.
weekend, okay, what's
Yeah.
up, Ralphie?
With what? Nah, get out of here, man.
Listen,
And Mike's-
Ra-
Mike's
you know what I
not saying
mean?
that right. You need-
I would
He
knew,
trying to have me switch.
I would knew this is a full package.
Okay, maybe you said.
I would take Tony and I would take both of them.
I'll take both of them. Let's go.
See, but this is the problem. This is the problem that I had a few years ago. Because right now, the most important thing to me
Yes.
is playing ball with my son.
Yes.
And I had.
That's great.
had
I think-
just
I
about
think that's amazing.
Everybody in the league say, "Come play with us. Come play with us. Come play with us." And the guy that we went to Lumberjacks and played with, he was the first one that said, "Why don't you and Devin come play with us?"
Yes.
Everybody else wanted me
Who's
to
the guy?
come.
Beck?
I don't.
So you took Rafi out of the
Right?
picture.
All right, see.
No, I can't have to.
bro.
Oh, you got that. I try to put the, yeah. So anyway, game 1, 29-9. Ooh. And game 2, 23-5. So
Yeah, they be putting up.
they went at it. So shout out to Prime Time. I can't wait. I cannot wait to play you guys. And the reason,
What I heard in football players.
the reason,
Last time you played, you guys, I
touchdowns.
took out half your
Yes,
team.
They're scoring
I said last time you played, you guys, I took out half your team.
yes,
They're playing, man.
yes. I cannot wait to play Prime Time. And the reason of that, the behind reason of that is because I want to see.
You play us. You play us.
I want to see what they are capable
Well,
of.
what
Later
division
on.
are they in?
They on
No,
D
they in
division.
the
Just because
bottom.
they're in the D
No,
division
but
doesn't mean
no,
they
no,
No,
should
they
be
not.
out. Like,
They
we don't
not.
know.
They not. I
We don't
remember.
know.
I remember when we get to the league and we only have like 4 W's.
Yeah, but you lied half the time, so
I do what I gotta do.
yeah.
I pay the
Liar,
umpires and everything
fucking
that's in.
liar.
You fake it till you make it, right?
Yes. So shout out to Prime Time
He was
because
over there on the corner.
When is he going to start making
He
it?
was asking poor people to just fucking, hey, yo, I just need somebody.
he said, "You come to my thing. I got a lot of to do. I got haircuts. I got beards. I mean, whatever."
Kind of like Happy Gilmore finding a caddy?
That's it. I'll give you a beer if you just play that field, bro. Like, that's it.
Come in, man. Come in the squad.
So shout out to Prime Time because they're brand new and they're making some noise.
Yeah,
So
they're making noise.
No,
man.
shout out to
Okay.
Prime
Yeah,
Time.
they're making noise, man.
Hey, you're making noise. We see it.
yeah.
Can't wait to
Continue,
play you
man.
guys.
That's it.
So let's move on to number 7. We got Absolute split with Bestville.
Roseville.
Bettsville. Oh, so that's the one that.
Beltsville.
Yeah.
Absolute's the
Real
team
big
that,
sticks.
That, that
Okay.
has to
Real
make
command?
it.
Say it again. Say it again.
Real
big
big sticks.
There you go.
Yeah.
Say it one more time.
So what
One more
happened
time.
there?
One more time.
Give me another try.
So what happened there? What was score there? What was score?
Score right there was game 1, 16-11,
Who won?
and then they split.
No,
And
no. The first game, who won it?
you know what happened? I have to start figuring it out because the way
Oh, okay.
I have amount of time to come from my game,
Right, and
do this. So I take the first person that put the post. You know what I mean? It took me all the way to the end to get Moose and Ronton score.
So forget about that.
You
So
gotta
what
sign
is
this
it?
shit to Alfaro. He's
So
gonna
what
be
is
here.
it? So what is it?
You
So
tell
this
him he's
play.
gotta take care
What
of
was
it.
score? What was
Alfaro,
score?
Gotta tell him,
put
you
it-
gotta
Yo,
give
Give him
him
my
a
homework. Give him my homework.
Alden, what was
I
score?
wish you'd give me that responsibility.
Please, I heard that.
What was score? Forget
So
about
you
that.
just got it.
Delegate. Gotta delegate.
What was it?
Game one was 16-11, and game 2 was 17-16.
Yeah, that's.
So game 2 they went at it. They had to win at it.
Absolute won game.
Okay, this is what I'm saying.
Absolute won 16-11.
The first
Absolute
game?
lost 17-16.
Okay, so they lost the second game.
I mean, two good teams right there. They both.
I don't know much.
Really good.
Listen, when I call you and I text you AB division people, please answer me, show up, because this is, it'd be good to have people from AB that can talk about more
No,
about.
let me tell you something. Absolute is a good team. And
Yeah, you know about Absolute?
I mean, from what we've seen before, they put up some numbers, so
Yeah.
they play good. Beltsville, it seems like they got
When
a
they
good
have
squad.
their players and they don't want to.
Yeah.
But yeah, they show that they can put up some numbers. So I'm not surprised to see that score though with both of those teams like that.
So you're not surprised the 17-16, that second
No,
game? They went at
not
it?
at all. I mean,
Absolute's a good squad.
it's a good squad. That's what I'm saying.
They're a good
And in that Beltsville team, I mean, they showing up. They got good.
That's
players.
what
They got veteran dudes in there. That know how to play.
Bestville was Bama, right? Bama
Yeah, they
played
got
that
Bang,
team?
they got Bam,
It's a
they
great
got Jim.
dude.
They got a lot of
Bama's a
veterans.
great
There's a lot
dude.
of vets in there, so I'm not surprised.
Let's move on to number 8. Number 8, we got Moose swept the Ronton.
Yeah.
Game 1, 23-20, and then games 2, 20-7.
No, they put up a fight.
Moose,
that was a-
Moose is a very tough team. Moose
I haven't seen them
Moose
so.
has a quiet
Moose
squad.
being B division, the division been going on for 2 years.
That's where what?
But
Eric is in, right? Eric
they've been
and
a
Mario?
top team
Mario and
for a
them?
while.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Mario,
yeah.
Eric Vasquez. Okay.
So I think Moose being one of those teams up there that they've been making their thing for the last, from what I know, from the last 3 years that I've been in the league. I don't know how long they've been in this league.
Moose has been in maybe 5 years somewhere.
5
around
years
there.
in.
Eric played on other teams before
Okay.
he formed Moose.
Yeah.
But I would say maybe 4 or 5.
Do you
years,
surprised
somewhere
that
around
Moose swept Ronton?
No.
there. No.
Ronton
I thought
said
it
last year
I
that
thought that would've been a
they
split.
deserve to be up there.
Okay. Well,
Well,
now they.
like you said, you want to play against the better. Moose.
You got it.
Ron Tones felt the same way last year. Like I had
Right?
conversations.
You asked for you asked for
Right,
you
yeah,
got
you
it.
get what
I
you
had
asked for, right?
conversations with Rich Rose in the beginning of the season, and he was a little disappointed that he wasn't facing the A's and B's.
What happened? Kelly, what happened?
They had a lot of fun last year winning,
I expect.
and then they went up.
Moose-
But now, like I said, you're seeing now one of the team. They
Tough
only
team.
they're one loss in
That's
the
going
regular
back
season.
to the conversation we had
Eldon, look at your
about
phone, Eldon.
what?
Eldon, look at your phone. I expect Moose to they're in the B division.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
They got-
expect them to be on top of the B division. I expect that 100%.
Next week.
All right.
Yeah, that's right. Chuck's making a good point. They were CLU before that.
That's
that,
right.
that was only
No.
1 or 2 seasons that they were CLU before they became Moose.
Not next week, Edwin. Not next week, but we're gonna set that up. We already got something booked for next week.
Edwin begging to be on the show?
I've been calling Edwin, and that's another one that been not answering.
He's not begging.
Okay.
He's not
He would have
answering.
been here already.
But shout out to Moose. You know, they got the swap against
Now,
One
Moose
Tone.
has a good squad, and they've been a good squad. They've gotten better.
Moose.
And I believe Moose should be in the A division.
But you got a lot of tough teams up there.
Yeah,
It is.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
you're not kidding.
Somebody's
They've
gotta
been
go
there
loaded.
for a
That's
long
loaded.
time.
That's
You know what I
loaded,
mean?
man.
So
What
they're
make
working
it,
their
Yeah,
way.
that is true.
They're
They've been
working
there
their
for a
way.
minute though.
what is making it so good? Like they got MLB players out there.
No.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
They got
listen,
some. They
man.
got some young.
That Butch is a color player.
Who's what?
Butch.
What about
they
him?
color player because they're pretty young. The whole
They are.
fucking-
No, but
They're
it's just
young
they in
guys.
sync. You know,
Yeah.
there's a team that
They
played
sing.
long
Yes,
time
and
with
they
each
all-
other.
But they are really young.
Yeah.
That's a really young team.
No, and they're college players.
Yeah, but
So
they know how to
got
play
their
though. You know, they know how to, they play with
They
each
know how to
other. They
play.
know each other. They have
Yeah,
good
no,
chemistry,
I
man.
get
They got good
that.
chemistry. They
Oh,
got
Bush-
chemistry.
Just like any young player that comes to the league, they come out of college playing baseball and they got all the talent in the world. And they
Right.
can run, they can catch, they can throw. But it takes a little while to adjust to softball and
Yes.
understand how to play softball as opposed to playing baseball.
Right.
And the faster you do that, the better ball player you're going to become.
And Bush has a lot of veteran presence
Come on now.
where you learn.
Well, Bush used to.
How
Bush
many
doesn't have
Bush
that much
got?
veteran presence anymore.
No?
I mean, a lot of the old timers have retired over the last 4 or
What,
5
Mater's
years.
still there?
I don't know if Mater's still pitching or not. I'm not
Terry's
sure.
still there?
I think Terry's there. I think Terry was hurt from what I heard. I'm not sure. But like you lost Billy Canfield. You lost. I don't even know if Josh is playing anymore.
Yeah,
if
but his
Greg's
son,
playing
his
anymore.
sons,
if
though, you know what I mean?
any like
That's
you know,
part of Butch.
Those are the guys that are around my age that all went into the 50 and over, the 40s and over league, stuff like that. And I shouldn't say every one of them, but Bush is a much younger team than they were 5-6 years ago.
I think you missed something though. You
the next wave.
you missed the.
But yeah,
I think Moose played twice, right today.
I was about to get on that.
What is it?
Move
They played-
and Bone Squad. They play both. They play 4 games today.
Oh.
So Bone Squad, they split with Butch,
And then
then they play. I guess a makeup game against Moose, and
And
they
beat
got
both?
swept by Moose.
Yeah.
So
Bone
the-
Squad coming
but, game 1 27-18, and then game 2 18-8.
That's a team.
So that's 4 games right there today.
Wait, so who got swept?
Thank you.
Moose
Jason.
got swept by Bond Squad.
Yeah.
And Bond Squad split with Bush, but Bond Squad got what 3 wins today? 3 wins.
Yeah.
3 and 1 loss. Yeah. She's,
All right, Bomb Squad.
tell you, that
First
team
in,
is
first loss.
that's a problem. That team is a problem.
Attaboy, Bomb Squad.
Oh, there you go. He's saying it right there. There you
Yeah.
go.
We split with Butch. Yep.
I don't know why he couldn't say Mary Tater and Josh. Mater, Terry, and
See,
Josh
he
are
said we
also
split with
playing.
Bush.
But-
Yeah, it's a tough team over there with Bomb
Mater's still
Squad.
playing, Terry's
Yeah.
still playing, Josh is still playing, and that's the veterans.
That's what I'm saying. That's why that team is in sync.
You know.
Yeah, those are the 3 kind of remaining guys that I think.
Yeah, and then you
I
have,
can't
but
think of
you
anybody else
also
off the top
have
of my
the
head.
Haven, and you also
Yeah,
have.
Mikey DeHaven's been around
But that's
for a
what
long
I'm
time.
saying.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you got the Hendershot. You still have dudes
You got
that
a core,
been
bro. You
there
got a core, man.
fucking a part of the core.
Compared to
you know I mean?
what the Bush I knew for going back 5 years and prior, those were a bunch of guys that just, I really think they were there more just to drink beer. But there was no egos.
More for the hangout.
They just came down to hang out.
We're all there to drink beer.
I'm not, I don't drink beer.
I'm there to drink beer.
But they came down and there were no egos. Everybody just knew what to do and they were all good hitters.
Yeah.
And they can just, they knew what to do. They knew how to play their
Yeah.
field. And they were good guys. They were fun guys to hang out with and play against. But like I said, a lot of them have moved on to either older, retired, or whatever. And now it is a younger crew. So, but they still do have some of the vets. Josh is a great guy, and it's.
Let's talk about the games coming up next week.
What, we done though? We done, right?
Yes.
That's it? Okay.
We're done for the games.
Run it through,
What
baby.
we got next week?
So Absolute Plumbing versus GMI at JC.
What you got?
So let's start by Kelly. Kelly, who you got? You say
Jeremiah
it's split?
I say absolute. They know they got a tough team coming up. I say they're gonna try to surprise.
So you take a split?
Yeah, I'll give them a split.
What about you,
Jeremiah
Tony?
Sweet.
JMI sweeps.
GMI split?
I think JMI sweeps also. This is
What
tough
are you,
team, man.
Alfaro?
Oh, we're supposed to be nice?
Jeremiah Sweet, baby.
GMI?
Tough team, man. A tough team.
I think
Absolute Plumbing's a good team.
No, it's a good team. Scrappy
just
team, but
think
JMI is it's a foundation.
consistent.
man.
I'm gonna say GMI. I'm gonna go with split also.
Why?
Why? Because I cannot. I know Absolute
Anything
Plumbing
that
is a good
happens.
team, and you know
It is, it is.
at least they're
Where
gonna
they
try to
play?
take
Where they
one.
playing? Where they
They're
playing?
playing at JC, so they're gonna try to play. They're
Jeremiah
trying to
Sweet,
take
man.
one at their home
Jeremiah
field.
Sweet.
Jeremiah Sweet, bro. at home.
Especially if they're playing
At
at,
home?
at,
Yeah.
So we got 3
JC's.
sweep and 2 split.
Yeah, sweet.
JC's, JMI Street.
We got Mongos versus Bone Squad at their field.
split. I'm
That's the home field for both teams, I believe.
What you got, Kelly? What you got? What you got,
Mine go
Tony?
to Bomb
What's
Squad.
going on,
I
Tony?
think Bomb Squad coming off a 3-1 weekend is going to come out with a little confidence, and I think they're going to sweep them.
All right. What about you?
I'm calling
that's
the
a good
split.
call.
I'm calling the
Split?
split. I think,
Tony!
And those teams know each other really
Yeah,
well.
they
know each
and
other
they,
really
and they
well.
both in
Listen,
their home field.
It's gonna be good games, but I'm calling the split.
Alfaro.
Let's see what happens.
What?
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a tough
That's
one.
a good one.
I'm telling you,
And they're
I'm
playing
telling
at
you, they know
Deerfield.
each other really good,
That's
man.
It
their
is going to
home
be a good
field.
field.
It's
They're
their
both
home
strong
field.
teams.
It's both their home fields.
Yeah.
Yes. So what you got? Man,
Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna go Bomb Squad with the sweep.
Bone Squad with a sweep?
All right.
Yeah.
All right, all
Just
right.
because everybody left to Mountain Goats on my team, and fuck 'em. So, Bomb
Being
Squad.
biased.
You don't want to see anybody that leaves succeed, right?
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, fuck you, Corey. I love you. You know I text you. I love you guys. Fuck all you guys. I'm gonna go Bomb Squad with the sweep. This is the hot part.
All right.
Fuck
We got. This is a game to watch. Wrong tone versus Benchwarmer. And the reason I said that because
Hey, somebody's going to get their first win.
so yes,
They both don't have wins.
No.
No, we're talking-
Six
he
and
just
seven,
said,
something like that.
so-
Bench warmers and wrong tones.
You think this is a most game to watch this week? Next week?
No.
All right. We're gonna discuss that after we go
I
through.
think Bomb
keep
Squad
going
and
on the
Mountain
list.
Goats is the top game to watch.
All right. So
I
wrong
agree.
Just
tone,
keep going.
wrong tone versus Benchwarmer at the roof. So Benchwarmer are
At the roof?
playing home. So I think wrong tone got it.
You say what?
Wrong tones.
What you say, Goni?
I'm going to call a split, but either way, somebody's going to get a first
I'ma
win.
call a
Maybe
split.
they both get a first
Split?
win.
Split. It's an even team. It's almost even. It's almost like it almost look the same.
Wait,
So I think
we're
it's a
talking
split on
about
that.
who again?
Bench warmers
Wrong
and
tone
wrong
and
tones.
Benchwarmer.
We skipped.
We seen them. We know what they look like. I think it's a split.
I'm gonna go wrong tone sweep.
Wrong tone.
Yeah. Go wrong tone sweep.
We got Brookside versus Wasted Talent. I was in.
Brookside against Wasted Talent.
Yes, I play against both of them.
I haven't seen both of them.
I think that's a split.
I haven't seen Brookside yet, so
I haven't seen him either. I asked him about
I'm going to call that a
Brookside today.
split, too.
I wasn't here for.
I'ma go Wasted Talent.
I say a split.
I said split as well because I asked you how they were. You said they were good. And if they put
going
that battle
Wasted
with you
Talent
guys,
sweep.
and we played already Wasted Talent, we know what's
Wasted
up.
Talent sweep.
I think it's a.
That's what I'm
I
calling.
think it's a
Wasted Talent,
split.
you got
Split.
Wasted
I call it a
Talent,
split.
Oh, solid waste of talent, though.
Split.
What? You got something to say? Say it.
You said they were going to sweep us, and what happened?
You proved me wrong.
So what you saying? You saying they're gonna split? They're gonna sweep right
Prove me
now?
wrong.
You saying they're gonna sweep bench warmers?
I'm gonna say they're gonna sweep.
All right.
Wasted Talent. I feel like they're the top team in our division.
They're good. This is a good scrappy team.
Titans versus
Above the
Outcast.
Bandoleros.
Hey.
What you got?
I got Titans versus Outcast at Rosero.
Outcast take two.
I take that too. What do you think, Kelly?
I got two.
Titans versus Outcast.
You not listening?
Oh no, okay.
I'm going to take Titans to lose two by Outcast.
Yeah?
What you
Yeah, I'm
got,
gonna
Tony?
go Outcast. Outcast. sweep.
Outcast is taking
Outcast
We
taking
do
two.
have a makeup game now.
Outcast is a good
too.
team.
When next week?
Yeah, but I can't tell you, Mike. If you're on,
The mic's on.
who will be playing after the Titans? Because I don't remember. Mike saying Jam
Nah,
sweep. So
but
he's listening.
Outcast.
No, I
Outcast.
think that was from previous.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
previous.
Yeah.
Nah, Outcast was
Outcast
sweep.
sweep.
Outcast
Well, that's-
sweeping Titans though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mike,
I
if you
don't-
want,
I don't know
who
who
will be
Mandamo
playing
is. Who's
after?
Mandamo?
I don't
I don't know. It's one.
Is that Mandamochi and Outcast?
Nah, she's about to let him. She's about to let him.
Manda
Mandela,
oh,
yeah.
she loves us. She loves
I
us.
don't know everybody, so I'm sorry.
Manda, Axel Lashes,
Yeah.
Warrior Girls.
Hey, yeah,
Lashes
shut up,
look
Faro. Said
sweet.
it. Said it. In that
Go
camera,
to
right here.
Axel Lashes.
Right in this one.
Yo,
this camera.
hey, and listen, if you, we're all men here, right? If you want your girls to look fleek, you
Beautiful.
want the lashes done, asses.
What if my girl? What if my girl already?
I'm thinking of.
So what if my
If you
girl
want them
already?
lashes done,
Sweet,
you want your girl to
whatever you
look
said.
on
You
top
do.
of
You
her
get a
game.
facial. You get a
Axel
facial.
Lashes.
She doesn't need it. She's perfect
Manda
the way she
Mo.
is.
Check her out.
Look at me I said my girl's perfect the way she is. So
Baba,
I love you, honey.
You gotta take points.
All right, right here. Let's move on. We got prime
Good
time.
job promoting, Tony.
Hey,
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that we were promoting. What are we promoting?
She's been a part of the podcast.
yeah, she been in there.
yeah, she's one of my.
Yeah.
Autolast is one of my sponsors.
She's a
so-
sponsor, bro. You just messed
I'm
it up.
terribly sorry. I had no,
No,
idea.
don't be
no,
sorry.
no,
This is the hot corner, baby. Where everything
Axel Lashes. Don't listen to Tony. He's not the president no more. He's done. He's forgetting his fucking memory. He's forgetting shit. Talk to Tim. Axel Lashes.
She's a big supporter, I guess, in the
No,
podcast.
these
right?
girls, listen,
He's a
the
big
bandolero
supporter.
girls
Thank you,
are very
Eva.
supporters. So shout out to the bandolero girls.
He said the ass that.
All right, we got, listen, right here. Prime Time versus Moonfade Ranch at the Midseas.
Prime time sweet.
I think Prime Time is going to face a team that been already in the league.
Prime time
That's
sweep.
both their home fields, right?
Prime time sweeps.
Yeah? Just like that, though?
Prove me wrong, Moonface. Prove me wrong.
Just
What
like
you
that.
call it, man?
Everybody uses
I'm gonna
fleet.
put a split on this one.
I'm
Sure,
calling.
yeah, though.
Listen,
Thank you,
man.
Amanda.
Listen.
I'm gonna put a split.
Listen to me.
You guys are
I
not
haven't- we
100%?
listen.
It's
I haven't-
okay,
We're not
Tony.
100%.
You a real husband.
Hold on, let me
That's
tell
why I
you
said
something.
thank
Let me
you,
tell you
though.
something, bro. We're not 100%. We haven't seen prime time. We don't know what they're about.
Yes.
Obviously, we've seen the scores or whatnot. But they're gonna have to show us. So.
I don't think Prime Time has faced a challenge.
No, they're gonna see one with us though. So
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Moonface Ranch is a team that is already.
We gonna get two, man. We gonna get.
Moonface is a team that is already been in the league. Our
We're all
experience.
gonna get them.
I think we're gonna win.
We're
but
gonna
I'm
get
trying
'em.
to motivate my team
All
to
right.
show up next week and be
All
pissed
right.
at me. and
Let's
have
go,
something to
that's
fight
right.
for.
Moonface, we're gonna get them. I think so. Show us, prove me wrong, and then bring it. And
I'm
then
gonna
we'll
go. What? So prime time's playing you guys.
see. Yeah, and it's a good team. So
I'm gonna go
Good.
prime time sweep.
All right.
We have backdoor slider versus bandolero.
Prime time, sweep that shit. Fuck the fucking.
Moonface, I know like one of you are watching. Get pissed for next week.
Nobody even knows where the ranch is.
Just bring it, bro.
It's in Coupletown, on Coupletown Road. You don't know where the ranch is?
Nah, I don't know where the ranch is. I don't
Great
want to
steaks,
know.
great hamburgers.
Anyway,
Shout out to that team though. Prime
Before
time.
we move on, who you got, Tully? Prime Time or Moonface? Split. Tony, again, say Prime Time or Moonface?
Prime time's gonna sweep us.
Okay.
We're gonna beat them. So we're gonna sweep them up.
What about you, Afaro?
Oh,
I'm gonna go prime time.
Listen, I'm gonna check out to my guys from Moonface Range.
Does anybody on Moonface really want to lose to the Bennings next week? Okay, so let's show up next week.
Let's show up.
Let's go prime time.
Boom, 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 boom. Let's go prime time. Boom, 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 boom.
People leave
Yo,
your team.
listen.
You don't want to see them
Hey,
succeed. So
Tony, I've been surrounded by bandoleros since I started this podcast.
I feel like so am I in a way
I'm
because
sorry.
Ralphie's kind of like an honorary, even though we still play together.
I
So I was trying to steal him.
I got it.
Get your, where you going? Get
What
your
about
ass
them?
back here.
No, what about them?
okay.
Yo, your president didn't say you could move.
Yo, Rafi,
I thought he was
We
going
almost
to join
done.
the Bandoleros.
Espérate, me estoy
Your
mirando.
president didn't say you could
me
move.
estoy mirando, me
Secret
estoy mirando.
Service.
we got backdoor slider.
No, wait, can he leave that on so we can listen while he's in the bathroom?
No,
No, they did that.
that was first
Did that
episode.
happen?
That was
Yeah.
yeah. Everybody heard me pissing.
Any of you guys remember the Naked Gun, the show with Leslie Nielsen, when he wears a mic into the bathroom? And you guys don't remember that.
Talk
I'm too old
about
for
it.
that
Talk
shit.
about it.
No, it's just a scene. It's a funny. Leslie Nielsen did like the Naked Gun series. I know some of you out there have heard of this, but he's doing an interview like he's a police thing. He stand up there, gives a speech, and then he goes into the bathroom and he's standing there pissing and he's singing and
Yeah.
put the mics on the entire time and the entire audience.
Alfaro did that.
That's what happened.
Alfaro did that first week.
I went
missed
to the
that. I
bathroom
didn't
thinking
catch that.
he would shut it off or whatever.
No, I didn't turn that shit off.
Yeah, and I was sitting there pissing, and everybody's like, "We can hear you peeing." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
I missed that. I would have been howling if I saw that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I'm like,
I didn't even know. I didn't even know I could turn my mic. Now I know. Now I
Hey,
turn
we're
that
still
shit off.
learning. We're still learning, man. We're still learning. Backdoor slider versus bandoleros at East Banger.
Backdoor sliders, take two.
there you go, baby.
Bandolero sweep.
Yeah, Bandoleros will sweep that.
What do you think, Kelly?
Oh, you think what?
We're gonna
Split? You gonna split? Is that what you said?
Did you wash? Did you wash your hands?
I think
He had it tonight still. What happened?
Bando Little should sweep, but
We'll chill.
any given Sunday, right?
Yes. And then
We back. We back. What
and
we got?
then-
What we got?
And then Team Butch and Royal Aces have a bye. So, most games to watch this week.
Mountain Goats and Bomb Squad.
Bomb Squad and Mongols, man.
Okay?
That's going to be a tough game.
I
That's
give
You
Bomb
agree with
Squad
that?
and Mongols, bro. The game
Kelly,
to
you
watch.
agree with that?
Oh yeah.
with an honorable mention to bench warmers and wrong toes.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Ron Tone and Mitch Roman.
Yeah.
The reason why, because they have to have something to prove. They're
They
gonna go at
faced each other last year in the C division, so they're they're both the teams that went up. So
That's a good point. I forgot about that. Ben Foreman took that away from Ron Tone.
well, actually, we took it away from wrong toe.
No, we
but then
took
lost
it.
to
Oh
bench
yeah.
warmers.
we
Oh
lost the
yeah.
bench warmers.
Okay.
They beat us in the championship.
All right. So,
Yep.
guys, that's it for today.
it?
Thank you for tuning.
Hold on, I just got one more question
Go
real
ahead.
quick. Tony.
Oh God, here it goes.
Yeah, Tony, the expert, the
No
president's
comment.
here. Tony. if
Oh
you
yes,
can-
I got more questions to do. You go ahead. I'm gonna put it right here before I forget.
Go ahead. Ask your
I
question.
feel like he's lying. Anyway, Tony.
He's gonna run out and gather a
If
bunch
you
of
could
questions
give-
and come back.
If you could give Tim any advice on camera,
Nice.
what would it be?
Good question. Good question. Good question.
Any advice? Oh, home run derby's nice.
I got it.
Oh,
Listen,
how about
give me a
playoffs?
break.
We
How
tried
about
that.
All-Star game?
Give me a
tried
no.
that.
I'm gonna,
I tried to put it
All-Star
together.
game.
No,
All-Star game would be
hey. Don't listen. That
We
was
tried.
my
We
question
tried
I
to do
wanted
a
to ask.
home run
All-Star
derby
game
and an
would be
all-star
nice.
game.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Like mid-season for like we talked about it plenty, and we just
All-Star
never
game?
got it done.
Listen,
Fire,
you
bro.
know,
What?
Just but all-star
Bro.
game in the sense that you take like 2 or 3 guys.
Yeah,
from
from your
each
team. Yeah,
Like
hell yeah.
every team's represented,
Absolutely.
and you send in. You just had a game, and you had a home run derby, and have everybody come out and watch.
That's
but
fire, bro.
We
You know,
could never
like
get.
an all-star
We could never get.
Yeah,
we
that's
wanted to
fire.
do it at JC
Have your family
because
come through.
small fence, because you won home runs in a home run derby.
Absolutely.
So we wanted JC. I didn't want to bring all the people that we expected to come over to Scioto, which is a private field.
Yeah.
Somebody had said, like, do it at Long Pond. Like, Long Pond's a baseball field. It's 320-foot fences. Like, how many home runs are you going to have there? And then people are going, set up a fence, set up a... People always have great ideas, but nobody ever wants to do work.
I think
So,
they should take the one-piece tournament out.
in the stuff that I sent over to Tim...
Take that
in the-
one-pitch tournament out, papi. In the end of the day, it's only one pitch. Take that out, begin the season
one-pitch
early, and
tournament
middle of the
is-
season,
no,
do that
no, I
all-star,
don't
home
agree.
run derby and all-star game.
I don't agree.
I definitely agree
I
on
feel
having
like-
the
I feel
All-Star
like
and the
it-
home run derby. The
one-
one pitch is already.
No, you can't take
I mean, the one pitch has
The one
been.
pitch is iconic. You
It's
can't-
iconic. Yeah, I don't think you should take
You
it out.
don't remember the one pitch when we only had 12 teams.
No, you gotta leave it. That's
When it
that's
was
been
12
like from-
teams, everybody played at JC. Everybody was there for a good part of the day. It was a good time. You got to see everybody. You got to.
No, that's good.
hang
No,
out,
leave that,
you
leave that,
got
leave
to-
that. No, leave
now
that.
because the league has grown,
Leave that.
we can't squeeze all 18 teams into one field. That's why we're spread out.
Yes.
I hate being spread out,
No, leave
but
that.
we had to do it
But
to
it
make
is
everybody
what it
play.
is. But you can't take the
But
one.
you can't-
I
you
feel
can't
like
take
the
the one
one
pitch away. It's
in the
a-
beginning
No, it's
of the
iconic,
season.
bro.
First
It's like
time,
the
you're
first come
out
out.
and you get
Yeah, it's
get to meet new players on your
it's
team
like
and
the
whatever.
initiative.
you know.
But I wouldn't discard having the All-Star in the home run derby. That would be fire.
So,
That'd be
team,
nice.
figure that
That'd
out.
be nice.
Back
That
to-
gives
back
everybody
to your
more
question.
motivation.
Back to
It
my
gives them, a
question.
little more.
I really the one thing that I said to Tim when we were passing it off was I said don't break up the ABCD. If we go down
don't
to
do
12 teams or 14 teams, then go back to everybody plays everybody again. But
No,
as long
they
as you're-
should not
as long
break
as you're
down the
carrying
ABCD.
18
No,
teams,
no, no.
17 teams. Keep it split.
Yes.
Because remember that it's for everybody.
Yes, I agree.
We all, I'm here. I have a voice on camera talking to the 7 or 8 people that are listening.
Yeah.
However many are listening, I don't know. I'm joking. But you guys are doing this. You guys have voices. There are people that like to talk. There's people that don't like to talk.
Mm-hmm.
There's, God, I mean, I think last time I looked at the page, I think there's over 800 people on the Sunday softball page.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And what do you get? 50 that actually talk on the page?
Yeah.
A lot of people just want to go down, play some ball, and go home.
Yeah.
So they don't speak, they don't talk, their voices aren't heard. So trying to be a voice for the people that don't say much, who are willing to talk privately when they see me at a field or when they hear whatever, that's what I always tried to do. So I just, like I mentioned earlier, I don't want to see this go the way of the Wednesday League, where it falls apart because all of a sudden you got 4 stud powerhouses. I heard more last year, the first time we did it with the C and D divisions. Every single team we played against last year, I had somebody come over and say, like, this is great. Like, I'm playing.
No, it is
all of it.
amazing.
I feel like I'm coming down, and I don't come down knowing I'm going to lose every week. This is so much more fun. We get 3-4 bats in a game.
I agree.
And it is a rec league.
Yes.
So just remember always that it's a rec league.
Keep A, B, C, and D on.
Yeah,
I think that's a great.
I understand, like I said, I want to play everybody too. But for the people that
Yeah,
just
that's
come
what
out
I
on
was saying,
Sunday,
too.
just want to play,
Yeah.
get some exercise, hang out with some friends, and play some ball, it's a rec
What
league.
about
And if
whoever?
you build it, it will come.
And people have come. Why
Last
watch
question.
18 teams?
Absolutely,
What about
absolutely.
whoever win from C and D division face whoever win from AB division? Last game.
We talked about that last year. It's kind of a lose-lose for A, whoever wins the AB, because they're supposed to win. If they don't, they look, so like, and like I said last year, I wasn't organizing anything for that to happen.
Yeah.
But if they wanted to get together and play, they could get together and play a
Yes.
game and, see what happens. I mean, I
it
think
could
I
just
even
be
said,
for
like,
fun,
I'll get
too.
an umpire down there. I'll get, like,
Yo,
but
AB champions.
There was-
Let's just put this on the pod now. AB champions
Face each other.
and
C
CD
and D
champions.
face each other.
It don't have to be
Friendly game.
It don't have to be It don't have to be recordable, but
Friendly
let's
game.
just make it after the championships.
Face
Y'all
each
get
other.
together,
it can be
play
exciting.
a game, see what happens.
Years ago, before I moved to Pennsylvania on Long Island, we were playing in a Nassau County League, and we were in a C division, and we won our C division, and we played the B division, and we beat them. We played a best of three playoff against a B, and we won. And then we went up to play the A, and we got smoked. But beating the B was
Yeah, that's
it was
fine.
exciting
That's
for us.
fine.
It
Yeah,
was,
it's
it
good.
was a big thing, but it was so.
Tony, thank you for coming
Tony.
on, bro.
Now, yo, before closing out though, you guys are doing a great job. I want to commend you guys for what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Everybody's tuning in. You
Who's
guys
you
have a good
guys?
reception.
Me and
No,
Tony.
you and Eldon and Kelly that's been here.
Kelly.
And
He's
Kelly,
part of
I
the-
have seen when y'all on the podcast, y'all been doing your thing. Just keep doing your thing, man. No, we don't need to do that, man.
Father's Day is coming up. People want custom badges.
Yo, your president
that's
said,
fine. No,
your
that's fine.
president talked.
No.
I'm not the president. I'm just his friend.
No, it's
No,
all
he's
it's all
Secret
about them.
Service. He needs
It's
to
all,
know.
it's all about them right now. You guys are really doing good.
Yeah,
I
you
commend
guys
you
are doing a
guys.
great
Keep
job.
showing up.
This is
I know
fun.
you come from a far place to come and do this, but you're doing a
Absolutely.
great job.
Yeah.
I hope you're doing a great job, Kelly.
you.
Everybody that's here.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here.
And
Thank you for making
having
it
us.
happen. Thank you for showing up. Guys, please keep tuned. Follow us.
Yo, next
Give us
week.
like. YouTube, my YouTube page. Follow that YouTube page. We post we throw the podcast after. You didn't see it live, go through YouTube. You can see it. Thank you for tuning. Thank you for the
Hold
support.
on. Next week, we got something different.
Next week. That's next week.
Next week, we got something different coming.
Next week.
Yo, tune in next week because we got something different coming, and I can't wait.
Yes.
Ah! I
So
was
guys,
gonna say it.
thank you. Thank you for supporting the page. I love you guys. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Have a good night.
Baby, take care.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Yes, sir.